Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Yeah. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route.
I'm back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Diamond. Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels. Yeah, she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I love them dark skin, brown skin, caramel. You know I had to bring it to the hood like she Karen Civil when she keep on turning head. Cause when she walk that thing, jiggle, jiggle. And we going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow. Back again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening? Everything been Gucci, got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche. Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson face, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope, like I'm back again to Vizzy at the Millies. I don't club hers, give the word if it's a cinch, Lord forgive me. Still having motion, dog, so why would I slow it? Make it rain on them, bust a band, then you throw it. We was steady having it, even at our lowest. High speed road runner, keep my motor going. Hey, hey, people feel away, but they don't show it. Gotta watch the people that's around you, that you grow it. They be coming around you with some plans to steal your moment. Soon as I she be like, baby, where you going? Never slowing down, it's enough to go around. Yeah, you probably knew it's then, but really you don't know it's now. Blood is show and tell, but all my know me well. It was either chase a dream or go to jail, but none of us ain't going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this is my, back in my bag flow, yeah, not for real.
Back in my bag up.
Do or die, you already know. Don't try. This at home, cause none of y'all really. I'm back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Diamond. Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels. Yeah, she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I love them dark skin, brown skin, caramel. You know I had to bring it to the hood like she Karen Civil when she keep on turning head. Cause when she walk that thing, jiggle, jiggle. And we going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back, low, we back again so highly. This that back in my back, low, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back, low, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my bag flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow. Back again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening? Everything been Gucci, got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche. Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson face, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope, like I'm back again to Vizzy at the Millie's. Out on Club Hurst, give the word if it's a cinch, Lord forgive me. Still having motion, dog, so why would I slow it? Make it rain on them, bust a band, then you throw it. We was steady having it, even at our lowest. High speed road runner, keep my motor going. Hey, people feel away, but they don't show it. Gotta watch the people that's around you, that you grow it. They be coming around you with some plans to steal your moment. Soon as I she be like, baby, where you going? Never slowing down, it's enough to go around. Yeah, you probably knew it's then, but really you don't know it's now. Blood is show and tell, but all my know me well. It was either chase a dream or go to jail, but none of us ain't going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back, low, we back again so highly. This that back in my back, low, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back, low, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my bag flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this is my, back in my bag flow, yeah, not for real. Double I, do or die, you already know. Don't try.
Yeah. Hey. Don't go shooting all the dogs, cause one of them got fleas. Don't just listen to these songs and think that you got grease. They just lyrics, I be venting to this mic, it's therapy. You could leave, but them other guys is whack, they not me. Godspeed, sweetie, living out my dreams. I don't need a genie. Pops did Madonna shows, music in my blood, it was destined for me. Way before I even fucking seen a CD. Cross the wrong line, you gon' need a treaty. Peace is a lie, there is only passion. And through passion I get stronger. Long days working on getting better, but they only get longer. Getting there is half the battle, staying there is much harder. I've been flying out to islands so remote we must charter. Been a pro for 10 years, trying to go another 10. Going hard like Vince Carter. Leave something for my son and my daughter in case of my departure.
You know that I'll always try to get it right. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that I'll always fight for what is mine. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind.
Yeah. Leave it for my little ones, my real ones. For people trying to feel some. For all the bridges burned along the way and how we still run and still swim. Even though we underwater, never hit the kill switch and overcome like everything we deal with. I still feel there's more for me to do until I call it quits. Everything I do is for the ones I love and miss. Take some time, water flowers till they grow and split. Then take the seeds, plant them back and you control the ship. Navigating through the eye of the storm. Live through the lows, got me higher informed. Soldier soul, now you got buyer's remorse. I stay composed when them bloodsuckers hit me with a tireless swarm. I've been down, but never finished. Been bound to higher limits. Walking past, I've been the thinnest. Almost lost myself within it. All the roads that end the quickest means you didn't take it farther. I gotta go harder in case of my departure.
You know that I'll always try to get it right. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that I'll always fight for what is mine. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind.
Don't go shooting all the dogs, cause one of them got fleas. Don't just listen to these songs and think that you got grease. They just lyrics, I be venting to this mic, it's therapy. You could leave, but them other guys is whack, they not me. Godspeed, sweetie, living out my dreams. I don't need a genie. Pops did Madonna shows, music in my blood, it was destined for me. Way before I even fucking seen a CD. Cross the wrong line, you gon' need a treaty. Peace is a lie, there is only passion. And through passion I get stronger. Long days working on getting better, but they only get longer. Getting there is half the battle, staying there is much harder. I've been flying out to islands so remote we must charter. Been a pro for 10 years, trying to go another 10. Going hard like Vince Carter. Leave something for my son and my daughter in case of my departure.
You know that I'll always try to get it right. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that I'll always fight for what is mine. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind.
Yeah. Leave it for my little ones, my real ones. For people trying to feel some. For all the bridges burned along the way and how we still run and still swim. Even though we underwater, never hit the kill switch and overcome like everything we deal with. I still feel there's more for me to do until I call it quits. Everything I do is for the ones I love and miss. Take some time, water flowers till they grow and split. Then take the seeds, plant them back and you control the ship. Navigating through the eye of the storm. Live through the lows, got me higher in form. Soldier soul, now you got buyer's remorse. I stay composed when them bloodsuckers hit me with a tireless swarm. I've been down, but never finished. Been bound to higher limits. Walking past, I've been the thinnest. Almost lost myself within it. All the roads that end the quickest means you didn't take it farther. I gotta go harder in case of my departure.
You know that I
What is up, guys? I hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday afternoon. I'll go back to my normal voice. Always looking for a gimmick. Always looking for an edge, guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Tried to switch something up when I went to my Epidemic Sound today. Downloaded some stuff with lyrics, with some cuss words in it. Kind of set the tone, not knowing what we were going to expect. I hope it didn't drive anybody crazy. Y'all go check out burntrelic.com. Get you a Jason Grant or somebody else that's a loved one. T-Fetch, what is up? I'm going to start at the top. How am I going to do this without getting too far behind? I tried to highlight you guys because I sat here patiently watching everybody come in. We got Bama Ninja was in the house. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Brother Marco is in the house. Angelo. Neil McKenzie, who has been a member for 17 months. Neil, you're the man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. The Maroney's in the house. Been a member. Good to see you, buddy. We've got Stephen Clayton Jr. in the house, hanging out. Glad to see you. And we've got Brother Joe Isabella, the creator of all things awesome and jankiness. We got him in the house and a channel member. Welcome, beautiful brother. We have got Jim Chuglifera in the house, channel member, and I read that dyslexic sometimes, and I should just know it by now, but I'm just a brain dead. We got Space Ghost channel member in the house. We've got brother Kyle Coonley coming up here shortly. We have got, let's see who else we got here. We got Nick is in the house. What is up, Nick? We have got Ed Harrison, my brother from another mother. Ed is in the house. Good to see you, buddy. We got El Cap Addict in the house. I'm going to go ahead and bring Kyle's knees up to the stage so we can get a little knee envy. We've got, let's see, Toyota and Tools. What is up, brother? Good to see you, man. Welcome to Friday Night Flicks. Hopefully we'll have something fun for you. We've got a special guest coming up later. We got Kyle Coonley answering a sharpening question for me about something I ordered on Ambien, and we'll see how that works out for me. And then we got Mad Yako in the house, Dealer of the Killer Hanks over on Etsy. We'll share that here in a little bit if you guys remind me. We've got the man Todd Carr and Ed Harrison, who is a channel member. I don't think I thanked him earlier. I don't know if I thanked Jim either, but thank you guys all. Appreciate you more than you know. We have got, who else is in the house? T Fetch. I think I said hey to him earlier when I started from the bottom. There's Burnt Relic. Y'all go check out that website. We'll share it here in a little bit. We got Paul Mills, my brother from another mother's, in the house, greeting people early. I love it. I don't know if Metal Complex has done his drawing yet. I wasn't over there tonight. I was kind of scrambling around. Autumn Wind, what is up? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, kids. We got Anthony Kitchen in the house. Welcome, Anthony. What is going on? Good to see you, brother. What do we got here? What do we got here? Who else? Who else is in the house? We have got Snow Trog, the man, the myth, the legend, or Snow Zero Trog. Snow Zero Trog. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. All right. Todd, how are you? I mean, Kyle, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Buddy, I'm doing good. I'm running a little behind. It's kind of behind the 8 ball tonight, scrambling around, getting stuff done. But that happens sometimes. You know, usually I've got leisurely time leading up to this. Not nearly as much as my Tuesday night deal. I dig the late night, except not as many people can hang out. But actually, it's probably a better time slot because there's so many other lives during this time slot. And I like our little group, so I'm happy with it.
There's so many people going live, you can't worry about it. It's got to go live.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. It's just I hate to do that to people who like to watch multiple people, right? You want to be respectful of their ability to see what they want to see and not be too stressed out by it. But yeah, I was telling Kyle earlier, I bought, and I think it's from one of Jared's videos I saw a long time ago, but a ceramic work sharp. It was like $24 on Amazon. It was showing up as a Black Friday deal. I got it for less than that. But just to use it to kind of hone knives, maybe, instead of always going to my TS Prof. I thought that might be something to work out.
Yeah, I mean, ceramics are great for honing.
And that's all I would think about using it for, right? Is
yeah, I mean, you're not putting an edge on it with a ceramic. You're just honing it with that. It's a fine grit to begin with. I would say you can still do that with regular stones. You don't have to do that with the ceramic rod, but I mean, either way works.
When you say that, would you say instead of starting with a low grit stone, just go up to more of a finishing stone? And
yeah, so the way to think about the process is it's basically 3 steps. You sharpen it till you apex it, then you hone it, and then you strop it. Okay. And then when your knife starts to go dull, you do it in reverse order. You strop it. If stropping doesn't work, then you go to honing. If honing doesn't work, then you go back to setting the bevel and sharpening it. So just follow that process going both directions and you'll be fine. So what I would do is say, let's say this knife here, move this out of the way. If this needed to be touched up, I could take it to a strop and work on stropping it, right? If that doesn't work, I would do the same thing. I'd go to a higher grit finishing stone like this and do the same thing, but I'm doing it with reverse passes like a strop. So I'm there setting my angle
like you would normally a stone. You're using it just like
you're not going back and forth. You're just doing edge trailing. That way you're stropping it that direction.
Gotcha.
So, and that's what you can do with
the place of your ceramic rod, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Because I've got stones that are very, what would you call high grit or low, like high finishing stones that I
Yeah.
rarely use when I'm doing my normal progression because I like them more toothy. But it
Right.
might be good for something like that. And I think you saw that I got that little, what is it called? Nakamichi? I forget the brand, but that little
Nagura.
Nagura conditioning stone.
Yeah. And those same thing, you're just going to dip that in water until it stops bubbling. So it basically gets soaked. And then you just wet your stones and then, do some circles with them and then it'll clean it off of there. And if you
You
want,
don't add any water or soapy solution to
no,
that? Okay,
no.
that's perfect to know.
Yeah, for that, it's just water. So I'll show you. Let me see if I can get a stone here that's pretty dirty.
It's
Okay.
amazing because I noticed the ends of my stones grab so much better than the center, so I know that I need to condition them.
And that's probably need to flatten them because that means that happens over time as you're using them and the ends of them aren't getting used, so they're going to have more bite to them.
See, I use my silicone powder and my little thing to keep them flattened, and then I do my pencil trick. I'm just looking to kind of keep them cleaned up because I really think it's metal buildup because it's on the more gritty stones.
I don't know if you can see the bubbles in there.
Yep.
So once it stops bubbling, I'll be able to dip the stone in there and show you.
You want it to fully soak it up.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're pretty porous stones, so they will it will definitely take a little bit, but all the stones that you have, you don't need to soak for. You just need to get them wet, just that way they have a little bit of lubrication to slide across with the Nagura.
Is that the only really use of a Nagura is to reprofile stones, or is that used for sharpening certain knives?
No, it's used for cleaning and conditioning, and then it's also used for if you wanted to create a slurry on your water stone to give it a little bit more bite, but that's personal preference. It's not necessary. So that's mostly done. So I'm just going to dip my stone in there that needs to be cleaned up. I'm going to take the Nagura.
And just lightly circle it up till it.
Yeah, I mean, how you can just go straight back and forth. You can do circles. I like to do circles. It tends to draw a little bit more until you start seeing almost like a mud form.
Then you dip it down in your water and do it again.
Yeah, and I mean, well, if sometimes you just do it the one time and that's it, you won't need to do it anymore. But so dip it in there and see how much cleaner it is. So there's still a little bit on there, but that's mostly cleaned off.
Oh yeah, I mean that didn't take you much time. It didn't seem like at all to do that.
And you can give it a little bit of pressure and it'll cut in a little bit more. But yeah, so I mean, there it's almost completely gone, completely cleaned up.
I like it.
And that took me all of
what
15 seconds.
Yeah, not even that. But yeah, I like your little setup there with your sandwich box or whatever that is with water in it. That makes it kind of easy. But you probably got a whole sharpening setup area where I've got more of a filming area because I'm limited for space where I am. I'd have to almost be moving stuff around to video something like that. So I thought about sharpening videos, but A, I don't know if anybody would gain anything from my lackluster sharpening, and B, I don't know how I'd necessarily film it.
Yeah, I've got a big L-shaped desk, and part of it is for like computer area, and then part of it is for the sharpening area. And then I also have a bunch of bins and stuff underneath that I keep all my storage in and try to keep everything kind of somewhat organized.
What kind of camera do you use for your top down? Are you using
right now? I'm just using my phone for right now.
That's what I use
because I'm not plugged into. I'm not using the StreamYard through my computer. I'm just using through my phone.
And the reason my camera looking down is shitty resolution is not because the camera sucks. It's because StreamYard throttles me at 1080 unless I go to the next level. So the next level is like $100 a month. I'm like, dude, I don't see I could get another camera.
Yeah,
I
it's
could,
not worth it.
yeah, to me, it's not worth it. It's just, I'm glad to be able to throw a cat up there, add my backgrounds, and just roll with it.
Yeah, so this is my camera for taking pictures, but I don't use that for any of the video stuff. I'm just using that for pictures. So
How hard was it to adjust? Have you always been kind of photographic where you knew how to use cameras? Because that's something I'm real green with.
absolutely not. I just started probably 8 months ago, maybe. I hate photos. I've never been one to take photos, so this is all brand new to me.
What kind of camera, if you don't mind me asking, did you get to start out with?
So I don't have the other one here. I've got two. I've got a Panasonic GX85, and then I've also got, this is the G9. This is the bigger version, and then I've got several lenses. This is a Voigtlander 42.5 f.95 lens on there. So I've gotten into the hobby quite a bit, but this is, yeah, it's a deep hobby. You can get crazy into it.
Oh, I bet. I mean, I bet it makes knives look kind of. I mean, there's so much you could dive into. I've just looked at the lenses and stuff, trying to see if there was a camera, because I guess there's some that'll blend both streaming and still photography. But why do you need one when webcams will give you the resolution you need?
It depends on how much control you want. So like that camera, I mean, it's got HDMI out, so I could plug it into a computer and stream from it.
And
It's
then focus it from software. Like when you say control that you want, like how would you zoom in on like a knife to make sure it was crisp? Would you do that with reaching up to the camera, or would you have some kind of control on the computer to do that?
it depends on if you're using a capture card. You can do several different ways. You can do either. I've not gotten into the video a whole lot of it, that side of it, so I'm still kind of reading about it. That's why I don't like to do anything half-assed. So if I'm gonna do something, it's gonna be a full bore. So that's why I don't make videos. I don't do any of that kind of stuff because I'm not comfortable with my setup. So
Dude, you should walk into my hacknum. I mean, it's again, I'm not proud of it, but it keeps me putting out videos. And I've actually got a couple of cool things coming in to try out. I don't know if y'all saw the unboxing today, but my buddy, A to Z EDC, my local buddy, bought one of those very good knife company Hawks, one of the ones he had in stock. I think he's still got a couple in stock. But what a great knife. I mean, it's a flat grind, whereas that Tradition Junior was a hollow grind. And the spine is so sharp on it. It's a ferro rod grinding machine, Warncliffe, and just a beautiful, beautiful knife. And I think he got it for like $169 plus shipping. But again, it was an 80 CRV. You can also get it Nitro V. But
yeah,
these were like a few he happened to have in stock. That's the guy I was telling you about who, for like 12 years, did blade grinding for his dad, who sold, I guess you'd call them art knives, his wife explained them as. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? He goes, well, he's got a shop in Aspen that carry him, one in Tahoe, and they do these trunk shows. I say, so they're multi-$1,000 knives? She goes, usually 5 figures.
yeah.
So I think he does a lot of the jewelry. The dad does the handle stuff, but the bottom line is the son wanted to branch out. There's a lot, and he puts it on Instagram. So I'm not saying anything that's not out there. It created a huge rift in the family because the dad's got, they even offered to let him retire so they could continue on the business. But the son decided he wanted to bring quality knives to the people, right? And he does this stuff by hand, the grinding. And I've been impressed by the 2 knives I've seen. I mean, they've both been winners.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're in a little bit of a, I guess what you'd call a couple of week downtime where they're moving from his childhood home that they were in for 12 years that had a shop attached to another home. And then they found this lady that lives right across the street whose husband passed away, who's going to let them rent her shop behind the house. So he's going to be back in business. He's a small yield maker, I think.
Hey, everyone's got their spot, you know?
Absolutely. You know, and I mean, I actually reached out to them because their numbers on their website after I reviewed that Tradition Junior, just to let them know that I'd seen the knife. I had a review coming out, and I just was really impressed with it. You know, it just was a very nice specimen. And that's when she kind of unloaded all the stuff going on. And it's just her and him. Jacob, I don't know the wife's name. And they have 4 children that they homeschool. And, you know, they really hope to build this into something. You know, their I don't know if you call it a mission statement, but their go-to-market plan seems very sound if they can make money doing it, right? If they can keep themselves afloat. And they seem to be very numbers aware of what they need to do. So I'm wishing them the best. I'm a fan of their knives. I think their knives are great.
That's the thing is everybody has a spot in the marketplace, and you got to find your niche. And, you know, I could be out there marketing hardcore and drop my prices and go to and knock on every door. But that's not what I want to do. And I offer more of a concierge service than I do a, hey, just give me your knife and I'll make it sharp. Like, you know,
Right.
we already talked about this. I go through the process of walking someone through exactly what they can get, what they're using it for, what's the use case scenario, you know, and actually make it an experience versus just here,
Right.
make my knife sharp.
There's probably as much consulting on your end with that client on, like you said, what they're going to use the knife for, what they're hoping to gain, what they, you know, what they're looking for before you make it that way. So I think that is a special niche. And there's a lot of there are niches that are overfilled. I think they're starting to get crowded, but I think there are niches that are wide open. And I think
coming from a service background, that's how I approached it. I wanted to create it as a higher end service where I could actually market it that way. And communication is key, and making sure that the client gets what they want. So therefore, we actually talk about things, you know. And once we're done, you know, they get a spec sheet / invoice when they're done, so that actually shows exactly what I did to the knife, keeps it for their records. And then also I started taking pictures for them, and I send the pictures to them as well too, so they can keep those for their own, you know, they want to use them for whatever they have.
yeah, and as you continue to build a name and have word and word, Kyle Raines with Linktree. Coincidence? I think not. Coonley, fuck Linktree. Linktree's a bunch of losers. Let's see if they've still got me banned. I bet they do.
Who said that?
Me.
No.
Oh,
Snow
who
Trog.
made the comment?
Yeah, Snow Trog.
I think it's funny. I mean, I think it's sad because I appeal to these people and ask them for a little guidance. If it was just one company that, if you take their community standards literally, there are deep links within this company, Smoky Mountain website where you guys know there are ammunition, things like that. So I said, hey, if I remove that, would that comply with everything else? Or is it just a problem with the link content in general? And I got no reply.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, they don't care. And I don't care. I went to Beacons. I haven't gotten any grief from them yet. That'll probably change. That is why I started a half-hearted Rumble, which Rumble is such a joke.
Dude, that's what we were talking about the other night. It actually is. It's a very good platform once you learn how to navigate it.
I think you're right, but it's not very intuitive.
No, but okay, but neither is anything the first time you start it.
True.
Very, very few things are dumbed down enough to where you can navigate it. And to me, I'm not going to get into, you know, reasoning, but to me, I appreciate the fact that they support people and they support free speech, period.
Absolutely, without a doubt. And I want them to be successful. I noticed that the ad load, because they have less advertisers that are willing to advertise on Rumble, their ad load's a lot higher per video or live stream, which I can appreciate because I want them to succeed. Tonight I streamed on both and it went live. On Tuesday night I tried. I set it up the same way. It didn't go live, so it's real flaky of a platform. And
There's
then
some glitches behind the scenes as far as integration. I know that like they have the Rumble Studio, which supposedly once you get it set up, it works well, but it's a kind of a pain.
right,
And that's something that you can do, and it'll simulcast to other platforms as well.
right, but
The
using StreamYard, which I've gotten comfortable with,
right,
I can
right,
simulcast to Rumble. So I would never use Rumble Studio, I don't think, as a front end, just like I've never used YouTube Studio because it
right.
limits you to different things. I mean, I know you can do cool backgrounds, and YouTube is coming up with this thing, and a couple of things that YouTube's doing that I'm not a fan of. One of them is I watched the video on it today. They're making ad breaks as long as 60 seconds. Now, a advertiser or a channel has to allow that, right? When I was an executive that was telling people how to run pre-roll videos, I always said you always want it skippable. You always want it to be 7 seconds if possible, because you never want your audience to be held hostage and think, oh, ABC Bank pisses me off because they made me sit through a 60-second commercial. But
Right.
YouTube has a lot of like play in that too. So that's one thing. And they've also done this goal feature. And I don't know what the heck that's going to be. And I don't think it's going to be enacted um, by what would you call it? Default, where it just puts a goal depending on how long you stream, which I
Right.
think is fucking cheesy. I mean, I think, well, you know why YouTube's doing it?
They
Because
want their cut.
exactly. They want to encourage that type of online grifting, I guess, because it's so popular. I will not be participating in that
And
bullshit.
regarding ads, I noticed this past week there's been a huge uptick in ads on YouTube, and it's a lot of these double dippers where ad one of two, and you have to the first one maybe 15 seconds, and the second one you have to wait like 10 seconds before you can skip it. So
Well,
they're
for
I mean,
me, yeah,
and they're
go ahead.
doing it multiple times in a video, which
Yeah,
it's okay, but like if you're watching a 20-minute video, I shouldn't have 5 or 6 stops.
no, it should
But
be
that's what it's
less
getting.
than TV. I know, and they've upped. It's not just them. I don't know if you've read about the ad-a-getting that's happened on Twitch, where all these big Twitch streamers like, and this is crazy stuff, but like this guy who's real liberal, I forget his name, Hassan, and the other one,
Hiker.
yeah, there are a bunch of the biggest Twitch streamers have
Yeah.
lost in the last couple of months millions of dollars because the ad revenue has been the stock of what they were able to sell ads for because of Twitch's numbers. For some reason, whatever quarter, whenever they judge it, has been cut. Well, this one kid who's part of the some gaming crew that are real popular, Phase, he's bitching because he was making, guess how much he was making per hour to stream? And now he's bitching about making a number that I'm going to tell you per hour, and he can choose how long to stream. I'm sure it's capped at something.
I'm sure it's
Last
ungodly
month,
amounts.
last month he was making $8,000 per hour to stream.
Okay.
This month he's making $2,000 per hour, which, if you look at it, it's a huge
That's a big chunk.
discrepancy. Huge, but to me, $2,000 an hour to stream is fucking crazy.
Yeah, but the thing too is, John, though, if they set it up to be this is what you're allowed to make based off of this, and then they cut you, then yeah, it's by 75%, then yeah, I'd be pissed.
Yeah,
Regardless if
and
it's think of it this way. If you're doing it and it was $100 an hour and all of a sudden they took you to $25 an hour, you'd be pissed, right?
exactly, and it's all over the board. So what I think's happening is advertisers are becoming wary of social media because of Kick and some of these others, and you're seeing ad loads increase. I've noticed it. I've noticed it more on live streams because I watch live streams, not as many knife live streams, but just late night, other weird live streams. and I get added like every 15 minutes, which is annoying because when you come back, unlike if you're watching recorded programming, it's like 10 seconds from before the ad, so you don't miss anything.
I was watching a video earlier today, and I counted. It was like a 37-minute video. It wasn't knife related, and it was about woodworking. And in that 37-minute video, I had 8 ad breaks, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" It's absolutely crazy. The thing I will say about using the Rumble platform is you get immediately monetized, so you don't have to wait for and go to jump through hoops for that.
Right,
So
right.
you have that, and then secondly, on the playback. So if you're watching something after it's happened, or like you're not watching a live stream, you will get more ads if you don't in the very beginning. If you don't watch the first ones, if you watch the first ones, then they will you get cleared a lot more. So
Well, it's funny because if I go to and what they do is they try to lead you to this thing called locals, a locals account. Have you heard about that?
yeah, I'm familiar with that.
So I'm not. I've got to learn, but like if I go to my account, I think I've earned 2 cents, which I was surprised. Somewhere on here it shows 2 cents. 9 cents. I'm up to 9 cents Rumble earnings. And that's ad revenue. But I'm not getting any views, you know. And
Yeah,
one thing about Rumble I've heard is you can cash out your ad revenue because I don't know if Rumble's backed by crypto and you'll notice I've got my ads automator off. And I was going to show y'all, but I don't know where to find it. In my studio, there's a place where you can go to monetization and you can set heavy, moderate, or light ad loads. So you can set it, Kyle, to where you're seeing a lot more per 30-minute segment as a creator. I've got mine on light. And it still has started throwing more ads. I mean, I get people tonight, I'm sure somebody, Crispy Critter, what's up? Will get served an ad during this live. It usually doesn't happen in the first hour, but it usually starts kicking off the longer you go live, which, if you think about it, if YouTube, which is Google, the longer someone streams, the more bandwidth they're giving up. And if they're not getting revenue for that bandwidth, they're going to, of course, throw in ads, right?
Well, yeah, there's that. And then, so like as a consumer, I'm looking at it from not as a maker, but as a consumer, it's annoying to see someone who posts a 30-minute video and you get a bunch of ads, and they also have a video sponsor as well too.
Right. And if it's
but the capitalist in me is like, yeah, get your money. I don't, that's fine. But as a consumer, it's like, man, it's like double dipping everything, or make your ads as a low, so that way, since you're offsetting from the sponsor, it's just.
Or you could just select as a creator, this is sponsored content. I'm not going to monetize this video, which means it can still be sponsored. You're still going to get your check from the sponsor, but why, like you say, load it with other ads too?
Right. Hey, Paul, I agree, Paul, but the only issue is I'm used to using the app. So yeah, it's just a transition thing, but using the app, you can't do that. But that's the best browser out right now.
Which one's that?
Brave.
Okay, I got to check that out. Is that the one I see a lot of people use that shows how many ads have been blocked?
Yeah. It's very, very protective. So.
All right. So I've been using Chrome forever. So if I get Brave, is it going to fuck up I wonder if you can do StreamYard and shit through it.
If you're just using the website, probably. I don't know what
the
requirements for StreamYard are.
Totally web-based. StreamYard's totally web-based.
Oh, then yeah, you should be fine.
And I would think this is probably built on Chrome, right?
No, it's its own platform, from my understanding.
All right, let's do this. Let's get Brave, just to fuck with it. And we won't execute it tonight. Well, we'll execute it, but we won't run it. And if the stream crashes, it's all Kyle's fault. Uh-oh. I probably don't want to do this now, do I?
I wouldn't.
I don't think so. Brave release can be installed without administrative privilege. Continue. Nah, I'm gonna
Just wait
wait.
and do it after the stream.
Yeah, yeah. So what is the deal here? Import settings, so I can import my Chrome settings, which I don't have a lot. Interesting. I've never heard of it. So you guys, I think I've seen it because I think when people like, let's see what Brave search looks like. I think that's where I've seen all the number of ads that have been blocked. But I don't know. I'm not a big privacy guy. I just got an email ad that said it was recommended by Javon. Snowtrog, surely you're not getting ads yet. It's 36 minutes into the stream. Not 36 minutes into the stream. It's 45 minutes into the stream. I hope you're not getting ads yet. If you are, keep in mind, my ads are scarily tailored to me because I've got, hey, Alexa, what time is it?
You need to cut that shit out.
And then I've got, hey, Google, what time is it? The reason I did that is I want to see what kind of ads I get served from sharing because I'm not doing anything crazy. And it's amazing what I get served. So the point is, if you get served an ad, Javon has nothing to do with it. Your browsing history, your cell phone data that's always on listening to you, and other data points are deciding what ad is going to resonate with you the most. And I think I don't have mine. Mine are like no kids, so you shouldn't get any young ads. But I don't think I'm restricted. Some of my lives get restricted, but most of them don't. So you should be able to see ads from just about anybody that you visited their website. That's a big one that you get retargeted. And one thing that's my big pet peeve right now, and I've said I was going to reach out, but I haven't. It's traditional pocket knives. It's River's Edge cutlery. It's DLT. Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Every time you go there, you get a pop-up. White Mountain Knives asking you to join their newsletter to save 10% or whatever. And so you do. And there's a way to then say, okay, this user, this IP has fulfilled the request that your pop-up asked for. All these sites, every time you go back, hit you with that same pop-up, even though you've already given them the information. And that's a setting. To me, that's a bad user experience.
Yeah,
Nick, you're telling on yourself. If you're getting those ads, that means that's what you've been up to, because that's how ads work. Ads go out and they find the user, i.e. the person who's going to get served the ad. There's a micro millisecond bid that goes on to say this user, their browser history, their shopping history, and these other data points look like they're a match for this ad. It has nothing to do with me. We're all getting served different ads. I'm not getting served ads because I'm streaming. But if y'all are getting served ads, they're on you. Not the fact that they're getting served, because I don't think they should be. But the content is based on what they think you're going to go for. Space Ghost, and that's a big category. Because if you watch any, and I don't, but if you watch any morning news show, they're all Food Doodle, what is up? They're all sponsored by those companies. And they've got a lot of money to dump into it. I agree they do.
We're one of only 2 countries that allows that. And we need to stop
I get those ads on Instagram. And I have a feeling the pictures in the ads are not the picture of what would show up in my crate. That's what you're searching for, brother, or talking about. Because I know for a fact. And my mom, who doesn't use a smartphone, but she uses a computer, has been served ads for things that she's either thought about or talked about, but never typed and looked for. So it's kind of wild how data is collected. TV's collected.
It's not wild, it's scary.
It's scary if it's used for nefarious purposes, but
nothing is ever done for just good.
You're right. Or some things can start for just good, and then they always can get bastardized. But I know
they're always exploited.
exploited. I know the goal of targeted advertising is to make sure that I don't get served, let's say, high heel ads. I get served an ad that I'm more likely to respond to. So it doesn't, from what I know, and I've worked with several data privacy companies, and we were a big publicly traded cable company who controlled a lot of data. So we had a lot of additional data, I guess you'd call it restrictions we had to operate under, but it's anonymized. So it never knows that it's John or Kyle. It just knows that this IP likes this shit.
Right.
Or this location we want to serve. That's another thing they can do.
Oh, yeah, it's ad based. I mean, the location based is a huge targeting different demographics.
It is, and they crank down on that because we used to have attorneys who wanted to geofence emergency rooms, which is terrible.
Yeah.
You know, and I think if you geofence your church's chicken or whatever, and you say, you know, sign up for our newsletter and save 75 cents on your next purchase starting today, that's different. You know, if you want to be part of the church's club or whatever club, insert restaurant here. Man, I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works. To me, it is a fucking mystery. I cannot figure it out. I've got SEO training. I haven't spent a lot of time like reading about it or watching videos on it, but everything I know to be true about organic SEO does not apply to YouTube. Or more,
it's constantly evolving. That's the issue. Is it's not one stable reason. It's constantly evolving, and that's why your basic SEO is not going to apply, because you're operating in a certain set of parameters, and it's constantly moving the goalpost.
Because it's looking for, and this is why it's looking for clicks and engagement. That's why if you look at your suggested page, it's looking for clicks and engagement. That's why the videos that do the best have the chintzy title, or best knife ever, or worst knife ever, or this knife is the most dangerous knife ever. I think that is Jared's top performing video, is the most dangerous knife ever, or something like that.
Without a doubt, most illegal knife. Yeah.
Something like that, you know, and it's just things like that that will draw people to click. And I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that how your video performs in the first 45 minutes, and then it continues to track it for I don't know how many minutes, maybe a couple of hours, but it determines how many impressions, i.e. how many times your video shows up in people's feeds.
Yeah, that's why everyone wants you to ring the bell, so that way you get the notification, so you watch it when it first comes out.
Right. Nobody does that. I mean, I ring everybody's bell, but unfortunately, I'm not there catching videos when they come out. I guess I'm too scrambled for that. And I think a lot of people probably are. I mean, I think you should be able to watch them when you want to watch them. But yeah, they definitely disappear. I mean, you can tell that they'll go. And I thought about reshooting a couple of videos, because I've done it on a few knives that did not perform for shit, and then I would just reshoot it like a long-term overview, same shit, because it's a fixed blade and I'm just talking about it, and it'll get thousands of views. So there's no method to the madness, and I'm tagging it the same.
Yeah, I think some of that is, it's sad that they will bury content solely for the fact that it's not clickbaity or it's not getting that initial traction. And that's why I think a lot of channels will end up stop uploading, because they had you kind of sold to the system as far as you have to post at least one a day, you have to do this, and it's making you a slave to the algorithm, and it's
100% agree.
That's not healthy.
And you don't have to post. This is my advice to anybody who creates. I don't think you have to start out posting one a day. I started posting 2 a day because I had a shitload of knives and a lot of time on my hands. But I think the trick is consistency. So if you post 3 times a week, it's just as good to post 3 times a week as it is to post every day, except you've got less pressure on you. So
yeah, I don't think it's healthy for someone to constantly be stuck to having to do this every single day and post something up at this time. Do it. I mean, first of all, 99% of the people aren't going to be using YouTube to make a living. It's a hobby, right?
Sure.
And I would say do it so it's enjoyable, and that way you do it consistently, whether it's once a week, once 2 weeks, whenever you feel like making something, make something.
And there are a lot of people that do that, but then I feel that so many people have, for whatever reason, it's usually my shorts, subscribed, that the few that do expect a video a day, that's the least I owe them. And I don't have long, drawn out videos. For example, I'm doing a video tomorrow. I haven't recorded it yet. I've done the thumbnail, but it's on this knife. It's on Tactical Terry's concept collaboration. It's the prototype. But I always film my video typically the night before or the morning of its release. I used to be out like 3 or 4 or 5 in advance where I was kind of staged kind of good, but you're exactly right, Kyle. You lose interest. And what I don't want to do is lose the passion. I mean, I have to kind of wait till my quad's just right to go and record something.
Well, not that, but don't forget, John, you don't owe anyone shit.
No, I know. I know
but
that.
you're saying you owe, like, you don't owe a video.
I
You put
feel
out a
like
video when you
that's a me personal shortcoming issue. I feel if someone has taken the time to click the subscribe button, and there are several people that I know watch my videos every day, that the least I can do is take the 15 to 20 minutes out of my day to make a video, because I'm not editing videos. I'm not I'm not sitting down going through iMovie and making tweaks here and putting in text. I'm just recording it. I'm using my mobile phone, iMovie, to stitch on my little intro and then uploading it. So it would be lazy for me to not continue to try to do one video a day. There'll come a time when I won't. There'll come a time when I'll get tired of doing it, and I'll get tired of doing lives, and it'll just be a kind of like everybody does. Everybody eventually fizzles out, right? Don't do this forever. You can't.
It's a high burnout rate, because the more you are constantly feeling like you have to be in front of there and posting something, then the more it makes you not want to do it. At least to me. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
I'll have pictures that stack up, and I won't post something for weeks or months, and it's because I don't feel like I have to post something daily. I mean, I post when I want to post, and
Brody, what's up? I've gotten real lax on Instagram. I post very rarely there. But you got to think right now, even though I don't say this is my job, I don't have another job. So I don't really have an excuse not to be putting out content, except I'm having to recycle a lot of content because I don't have a lot of new knives that come in. Right. So right now for me, while I'm looking for a job, which I am, and I'm doing some freelance stuff, don't get me wrong, but as I'm transitioning, I've got time to dedicate to it, even as a hobby. And it does give me kind of a purpose where when you work for
right.
forever, like
I get that.
and it was kind of one of those things that I kind of needed the purpose. So it was something good to dive into. But it's almost become, which I never wanted it to become, work-ish, when I had to think,
Right.
okay, it's 11:30, it's time for me. I need to record a video. I know what it is. It's not like I'm going into it cold, because I do keep a notebook with videos that I want to record. And the toughest ones for me, and this is a cool flashlight right here. This is a 4.7 flashlight, which is Prometheus's.
Right.
They call it a budget line, but it's like an $80 light. You can get different bodies for different battery configurations. If you want it shorter, it's programmable. And I need to make a video on it, and I can't get myself motivated. I've got to do it.
Yeah.
Same with this little kind of cool light. But I just know that I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just I've got a lot of shit I need to be doing, but I've just been kind of slack.
I totally get that. And that's what I was trying to get at, is don't make it to where it's unenjoyable and it's work, because that's not what you're here for. I mean, you're not doing this to make a living. You're not doing this to support yourself. You just post something when you want to post it, and people will be there. I don't chase numbers. I don't care if I've got 500 followers or I got 100 followers. As long as I'm doing it I'm posting because I want to show something. It's not to
Right. You're
gain
doing it for
anything.
educational purposes.
Correct.
And that's the reason I put out, and they don't get views, but Singular Knives, because I'm trying to build a catalog for people. Like when I was looking, I would go search a knife and watch a video just on that knife. Face goes, if you click on those ads, you are going to get served more ads. So I guarantee you, if you accidentally click on ads, YouTube thinks you're ad responsive. So you, with the same settings, will get served more ads than, say, Bushcraft Rebooted if he didn't click on those ads. So just think about that. Again, there've always been commercials, right, on TV before cable. And then cable started selling commercials. So you can't really blame YouTube. I would not, as an advertiser, put ads on YouTube. And I used to tell now pre-roll, mid-roll, or online video, as it's called, on news stations. If you just run it out on a lot of the ad networks, but you don't blacklist, but you don't choose YouTube as a delivery method, I think people watching a cooking show that's got a recipe or a news story, your ad is going to resonate more there because it's more local. Even though you can serve a local ad to YouTube, I think YouTube ads just piss people off. They do me.
Yeah. Totally agree.
So, guys, what sharpening questions do y'all have? I know some of y'all have some. Instagram's gotten really good at serving ads in the news your news feed, and I actually know how to do that. It's pretty easy platform, as is Facebook's. You can go in; it'll plug into a business's website. You can type in a couple of taglines, your headline, your call to action. It'll make the ad right in front of you, pulling images from your website. It's scary. Kyle, is your favorite wrestler Razor Ramon?
No, actually, I'm so far removed from that. I'm old when it comes to that. I'd say probably Junkyard Dog.
The Junkyard Dog. I remember him. I remember Mr. Wrestling #1 and Mr. Wrestling #2. Kyle, do you have a sharpening for dummy video on your channel?
I do not. I don't have any videos up.
No videos up yet.
No, these are the only guest appearances spots I've been doing. So
what would you like, Jim? Are you talking about fixed system, or are you talking about just on a stone? Because I was brand new when Kyle showed me stuff when he made his first appearance here. I thought I was doing it right, but I wasn't. Jim, so you
see.
fixed system.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can. If you have something specific or you're struggling with, let me know, and I'd be more than willing to show it off. Or, I mean, probably a little bit harder to do a full start to finish right now. But if you have any specific questions, let me know.
I would say one of the things to be careful of, which I didn't know at first, was to try to go heel to toe or toe to heel, right? Where you're not going perpendicular to the blade. Or did you not tell me that?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you definitely to want to blend as you're working through it. You can go, back and forth or straight up and down, however you want to look at it, specifically in certain spots for a short period of time, but not for the whole process. Hang on, I thought I saw another one in there.
And another thing, Jim, is finding your angle. And I think you can do that with a good Sharpie test that Kyle was telling me about.
Bushcraft. So Bushcraft asks about sharpening convex. So convex is, do you mean the convex bevel? Because there's different ways. So like you have convex grind, hang on one second. Let me grab
Let me find it. Let me find that question.
Okay. Drink water.
Oh, you want me to go back to that one?
No, it's fine. I'm showing this for bushcraft. So you have attachments that you can do convex grinds on. So something like this, where you're actually attaching this to the rod, and it'll offset the angle to match and create your convex for that. If you're doing it on, you're talking about for doing it by hand or on the system. I guess that also matters as well too.
Are those usually results of a belt in typical applications?
No, I mean some are designed to be convex grinds, and that's just the way that some fixed blades. So by hand, okay. So last question for bushcraft: do you have full size bench stones, or do you have like 6x1 stones?
By hand, he's saying.
Yeah, I saw that, but which stones do you have? And then I'll grab one to show you. Okay, perfect. 8x3 bench stones. Let me grab that for you. Okay, so it's not your diamond plate, but it's a whetstone, so it's the same principle. You're going to, let's see if I've got one handy.
Keto Stardust, what's up?
So like a Mora here, right? So you have that large.
I'm gonna go to the little boy's room while you teach.
Yeah.
Be right back.
So you have your large bevel there, which is your convex. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to find that flat portion. You're going to rock it on the stone until you get to where you're. Let me see if I can show it better this way. There's that showing up a little bit better for you. So you're going to rock it until you can get the leading edge on there. You're going to sharpen at that point all the way across. Mark it with Sharpie, check and see how high up the bevel you are, and then same thing. If you need to raise it just slightly until you can get to that point, and that way you're creating that zero. Does that make sense at all for your bushcraft? Or the other option too is you can start a little bit low and then roll into it. So like you're almost taking your hands and going like this. I mean, I'm over dramatizing that, but same principle. You're moving it like that, so that way you can actually roll into that bevel, and you're creating that entire bevel. Yeah, Sharpie's very important on here. Let me grab one.
Let me make you big, buddy.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make all my little stuff out here.
So let me color in this. A big ass bevel. Okay. So checking your edge or checking your angle. Now I can see not really getting much there yet, so I need to adjust. Now, as you can see there, it's getting closer to the edge, but not the top of the bevel. So I can increase that a little bit less. And now you can see more is being removed.
So you found your angle.
Well, yeah, and then also that's finding the top of the bevel. So then I can go from that position. Once I find the top of that bevel there, then I can take that and roll down into the bottom, and now it's completely gone.
So instead of like fully apexing it, you're just
No, I'm fully apexing. I already got a big ass burr there just from that little bit.
interesting.
So, but you're trying to get the top of the bevel all the way down to the bottom to be one single entire piece. But it's on a convex, it rolls because there's not a secondary bevel. This large right here, this large bevel is your secondary bevel. So
It kind of comes down to a zero grind. Is that what you'd call it?
correct. So then the other side, I'm going to start a little bit low, try to find my angle. I got most of that there. So then I can take that.
So are you making a rolling motion with your wrist? It looks
slightly.
like.
Yeah, slightly. And yeah, and I already got it back on this side. So then.
So how can that be sharper than a regular edge? I know that they are, but I don't understand.
You have a larger cutting surface, so that bevel's bigger all the way around.
Right.
And so a V grind is like this, right?
Yeah.
It comes to a direct point. A convex is like this. So it has more behind the tip, so it's a little bit stronger behind the tip because this is that entire bevel, right?
Right, because it's rolling over to a point.
Correct. It's just a different way for what you're trying to do with it. So hopefully Bushcraft give me a heads up if you have any more questions on that part. Javon, I don't know if there's any other questions you saw.
Yes,
The other
says, Kyle, how do you get a knife blade to shave arm hair on both sides instead of just one?
turn your arm over.
You pull that out.
If you're saying that you're only getting it from one side, that means that you could be, depends how you're cutting against the grain of your hair, but secondly, you got a burr on one side still, even if it feels slight. So take it back and strop on the side that's not grabbing. The other option
There were other questions. Let me see if I can go and find them. I know we had a little flurry of them there.
Bushcraft, the other one is if you get small stones like this, you can put them in your hand and move your hand as you're sharpening, and that naturally gives you that rolling motion without even trying to, and that's
what I had practiced once to try it. It didn't work out that great for me.
So it's the thing is, once you get your angle, so you can practice doing it just stationary, right, like this, and then move your hand back and forth
just to integrate that roll.
It doesn't naturally. I'm not even trying to, but it just doesn't naturally.
Very, very interesting.
Bushcraft. That's not something you're going to screw up that bad. I mean, if you were that concerned about it, then let me know and I can try to help you more or do it for you, one of the two. But you're not going to really truly mess it up that bad. Worst case scenario is if you sharpen it like normal, you create it and you turn it into a V grind, and that's not the end of the world.
Can you take it back to a, or would you just want to keep it as a V once you did that?
You can take it back. I'd wear it down first before you do it. That way you're not necessarily removing material just for the sake of it.
Right.
And there's plenty of life and a lot of knives that people don't think about. So
Hey, Sedge, what's up, buddy? I'm glad you
there-
dropped in. Good luck to Mini Me. Tell him I hope him and his team win. Channel member, good to see you, brother. Yeah, I've gotten away. I was doing a lot of hand sharpening, but I think I've gone and kind of gotten a lot better on my fixed angle and prefer it. Although I haven't sharpened anything in a while. I need to send you a box with actually 2 in it with my little tiny micro Tonto from Joey Roman. It's a chisel with the hollow on one side, compound Tonto, and then it'd be easy for you. And then that A100.
okay.
I'll do that this week. Matter of
Did,
fact, I'll do it. I'll try
A
to.
to Z not ever get back to you?
He's right now. He just didn't have anything. He was thinking about it.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that he didn't have anything.
No, and he definitely will because he knows that you're the guy. He's checked out. And y'all make fun of my chickadee, but the only sharpening job I've gotten so far from Kyle is that chickadee, and it is slicey as shit. Marisol, what is up?
And they get better than that.
Me football. I played 65-pound football when I was a kid, and I got to be too old to play 65-pound, and my parents wouldn't let me play 85-pound, which is what they bump you up to when you're like 7, because they thought I'd get crushed.
When Javon played football, they use him for the football.
But that's when I started wrestling. I actually started these little wrestling camps that they had around Huntsville because they were kind of promoting it around the time they were promoting soccer, and stayed little, which meant I didn't have to compete for a position except for like 1 or 2 little scrawny guys. And I'd been doing it for a while, so I at least knew how to single leg and hold somebody down. The rest is MMA history. Oh, guess what? We have got another guest coming in to visit us. Y'all say hello to Donnie with Blessed Knives. What's up, dude?
What up, dude? How you doing, man?
Doing good. Just chilling out. We've got Kyle Coonley up here who's been showing us how to sharpen some different stuff.
Oh, hold on.
Get some information, yeah.
Hold on. I'm on here with the likes of him.
Yeah, be graced with my presence.
Oh, shit. All right. I like it. Graced, I will be. What up? Except I can't see your face, pansy.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can see yours, so.
You guys rib each other so much. I think it's funny. No ribbing tonight. It's all in just talking about Blessed Knives. I was hoping Scotch was
talk about
be
me. Let's talk about ribbing. Fuck me. I don't give a shit about me.
I was hoping Scotch was going to be around, but I know he's doing his fishing trip. I was watching some of his Instagram posts today, and I forgot this is the week that him and his crew go fishing down around the Texas border.
Yeah, he posted some piss poor photo of some fresh fish they cooked on some weak ass bread with like.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go,
I'm
dude?
here.
Donnie went away. Are you back?
Oh,
I didn't touch anything, man.
Dude, that was weird.
I know. I disappeared, but I didn't do nothing. Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcel and everybody.
But it's cool the knives and stuff he has. He posts the weirdest pictures. I was going to go to his Instagram. Maybe I accidentally slipped over you when let's go to Scotch. There he is. Let's see if he's yeah, this is the last thing he posted was that piece of like veal or fish on cheese and a little.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you were disrespecting that fresh fish, man. What are you doing there?
Yeah, I mean, it would be. I can see it in the tortilla with a little like sauce that you whipped up on it.
Yeah, a little lime.
The cheese, yeah, it's even got a little sauce on it. See, it's got a
in the fuck is this?
Yeah, or maybe just some shredded up, so it looks more.
That's some white folk shit right there.
That's just I'm hanging out. That's what it is right there. Times about 24. But I think that's so cool. I know they have a good time. He says they take it really seriously.
Yeah, no, it seems like it's pretty serious, man. They're out on a boat and shit, doing all crazy shit. That's awesome. That's like pretty cool that he does that for his guys,
Absolutely.
It seems like he's like what anyone would want their boss to be that generally we don't get.
Yeah, he was saying the other night, I think on Pocket Metals that he gets a lot of people asking, or maybe it was last week, for work and stuff like that. And he says, you just don't realize how hard these guys work. These guys, we're busting our humps.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, their job ain't easy, man, for sure. That's manual fucking labor.
So let's check out. Have you been posting anything lately?
No, I've actually kind of been slacking this last week, man. I've been kind of just trying to stay on my grind and get some shit done and taking videos and all that shit. I mean, yeah, it's helpful for me, but sometimes it takes too much time. You know what I mean?
Dude, I absolutely, I was talking about it earlier. I think mine, a lot of it's kind of latent depression. What's up, Pitt? Where I just haven't been as motivated to make videos. I kind of have to push myself to do it when I do it, But like this knife right here, dude.
It's also the weather change and the seasonal change too. With now it gets getting dark at 5:30.
Yeah, that
fucked a lot of people up for sure.
That's a beautiful knife.
Thanks, buddy.
Dude, I didn't realize, and I haven't talked to you. I just did it in text. Your little fixed blades. Was that a long time ago when you first got started, or do you still ever make those little?
I mean, no, it was really only like 2 years ago, but I've done so much more on Instagram since then with the folders that like you have to scroll back so fucking far.
Dude, that's just that right
like
there.
I just made that one for work knife balance pretty recently.
Oh, those are pain in the ass to make. Does it cut in? It cuts into your regular stuff, I guess, pretty hardcore, doesn't it?
No, because first of all, his, he was just on the book, so like he had a book spot, so that's fine.
So you'll take book spots for little fixies too?
Yeah, I'll fucking make anything, man. Yeah.
Because I like that knife. I mean, that knife.
Fixies, pry bars, whatever. Yeah.
Very cool. And you're doing it all, which people I think know, by hand. I mean, if you look at, we go back.
Very much so.
Let me share that again. I mean, that's to me what is next level, where you're not having a CNC cut this stuff out. You're doing it.
I don't even have a mill, like
you're doing it by hand with drill presses and shit, right? And grind.
Yeah, I got a drill press, a grinder, a bandsaw, and then I have a trim router that I use and abuse for heinous activities.
But dude, I mean, the finished product speaks for itself. Those are sick. Those are different.
Oh yeah, see that bottom one there. So I made I got 6 siblings, and I made all of them a knife like 4 or 5 years ago when I started making knives. And then that one I made, WKB, is the first one of those I've made since then.
I love them, dude. I mean, I think it's just a great little design. I mean, you know me, I'm kind of I love what you do with folders, and the fact, because I need to find one of the pictures where you've got like your floating back spacers are sick. Your tolerances, you make the thumb studs, right?
Yep.
The only thing you don't make is the hardware.
Yep.
Now you made that, of course.
Correct.
I mean,
yeah, so I will be getting I am going to start getting my handles, just the blanks, just water jetted, and blades, blanks, just water jetted. No, and nothing else done to them, just water jetted out. Because it's gonna save me fucking hundreds of dollars worth of consumables and just.
Dude, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure.
The least, or the thing that you want it to be consistent, but it's not something that a customer necessarily gets a handcrafted value out of when you're cutting out stuff like that. They want to see the.
Yeah, I figure I'm at the point where I don't really have to prove I can cut out a profile anymore.
Yeah, you're just shaping at that point and saving yourself with bandsaws and all that.
Oh, dude, and that shit adds up so fast, man. Goddamn.
The consumables, I bet. Have you ever thought of it? I'm sure the answer is probably no, and I don't even need to ask this, but have you ever thought about doing a production one?
Kind of, and yes. I got plans. I just need to kind of figure out how I really want to go. I want to do, in the next year or so, I want to try to do some like personally funded mid-techs, basically.
Right.
Here I can get my shit out and have my designs out for like, less than custom prices, so maybe somewhere
Right.
between 4 and 6, and still made here, like have it all OEM'd here, but then like do all the finishing work and all that shit myself.
Well, you've got to like Shane
Kind of
was
be like a
talking
mid-tech.
about a couple of weeks ago. Have you talked to Shane? Did he go home Wednesday?
Yeah.
I think he's
home.
home. Yeah. I haven't talked to him
Cool.
much, so I haven't wanted to bother him and shit.
Me neither. I figured no news was good news, and I've been checking his IG.
Yeah. He's making jokes on Instagram. He's fine.
Hey Johnny, Bushcraft rebooted. Bushcraft. I've got I'm trying to think of the brands. I've got like 7 different little small slingshots. I love them. I just ordered from Amazon some 3/8 biodegradable clay shot.
I could probably do that, man. I don't know. Hit me up, man, and send me some specs. We'll talk about it.
Have you seen the little cool slingshots that people are making?
I've seen some, that people are doing. They're pretty cool. I had a wrist rocket when I was a kid. Used to fuck shit up with it,
Yeah, the ones that the EDC ones that I've got. Let me grab one. Y'all chat amongst yourselves. I'm not even going to black out the screen. I'm just going to grab it because it's right here.
Yeah. Donnie, you think you can make a custom trebuchet so we can launch Javon?
I'm definitely down with that shit, bro. I'll have to get my brother in on it. He's the engineer and all, but yeah, we can launch that motherfucker to the moon.
So are you, what's your progress with sharpening? Do you run across belts when you're done, or do you go through a certain progression, or how do you work that?
It really depends. Sometimes I'll put the initial, like I'll just start the bevel with like a 120 grit belt on my grinder, and then I basically finish it all by hand. I just glue my flat sheets to my granite surface.
Okay.
And just do it by hand like I'm using a stone.
Gotcha.
I support this company, Simple Shot. This is a titanium one, that you can adjust the size on, but instead of it being a wrist rocket, it's just got a little lanyard, and they're designed to carry like an EDC.
That's pretty trick.
It's totally trick. And see the little loom? I don't know if you can see the little looms.
Yeah.
You aim it like that, and you shoot it sideways. And then this is one that was like $40. Same company, but it's like high impact plastic. But the trick is making little clamps, which you would want to make if you made any design, a little clamp that allows you, it's got a little groove in it, so it'll trap the bands, because these bands you can upgrade for different tensions, they break. And some of the OGs do where you tie on your bands. I think if you wanted to sell these or make them cool, it's easy to make a little thing that just screws on, right? You get a torque and a tunnel, and then you make a little piece. And I could send you either one of these to check out how they're clamped together, because you just use a torque to tighten them in, loosen them up, and they've got a little like S in the metal so that it traps that I guess you call it the band, so it doesn't slide.
So it's grooved kind of. Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta bounce.
Dude, take care, Kyle. I appreciate you.
Oh shit, bye, Kyle.
All right, no problem.
Kyle drops.
I thought I was being nice, man.
You were? I just got a couple things I got to get done. That's all.
All right, buddy.
All right, later, guys.
Later, buddy. Thank you, dude. But yeah, man. I used to spend a ton of time before Grateful Panic moved down here. I had the door that went back to my bedroom and the other bedroom set up with the sheet hanging down and looped over, tied to the door. And then I'd have these little targets that would go across it. So the sheet would be like my backdrop. So I'd sit on the couch. I'd be about 15 feet away, and I'd pop these little fucking 3-inch targets. And if I missed, or if I hit it, it would fall down in that little L shape or that little U that I had draped for the sheet. It was an awesome little indoor range. I didn't hit the sheetrock once.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah,
nice edge. That's right. $1 billion. You better sell it for that when you have it too. You get commission.
So what are you working 50%. On, Danny?
50%.
Are you working on anything? You said you've been taking it kind of easy, but do you have anything on the books, or are you just?
Oh yeah, I got stuff on the books for sure. I got like 10 or 12 builds on the books right now.
I know you're making something different for Scotch and things, but I don't know yet the different models. You know, I've seen the one because the one that you made Scotch and the first one you made Stevie are the same basic model, or are they not?
Yep,
Okay.
same knife. Yeah,
And
yeah, that's the
first. That's kind of like your first. Okay.
Yep, that's the Ripley.
And I saw that, if I'm not mistaken, at Blade Show when you and Dopey were outside. Because didn't Dopey buy one, or did Dopey?
Yeah, Dopey bought a Ripley just like
Okay, so I handled a Ripley when Doc Gravity was out there with us, his son, and that was a beautiful knife.
It's a big one, you know, it's fun. Yeah, I got that, and then the Vapor.
That's gorgeous. A little bit smaller, it looks like.
A little bit, yeah. Let me pull the other one here. So,
is that the one that Scotch added?
Yeah. Scotch added a matching Vapor. Yeah, I'm really bad at this camera thing.
No, dude, that shows that it's a you know, it's probably 3.5 inch versus a 4-inch blade.
Yeah, exactly. It's still about 8 inches overall. But yeah, definitely smaller than that. And then the one I made for Iggy and Carco, that's just basically a chopped Ripley. I called it the Newt, but it's basically just an inch taken off here and an inch taken off here.
Right.
So it's just a little shorter.
Just for somebody who didn't want the full size.
Yeah, because Iggy wanted Ripley really bad, but she got tiny little lady hands. And so I told her this was a prototype I made. It's a mini Ripley. So this one is the exact same dimensions, just scaled down 15%.
I like that. So that's the same.
Kind of hard to show it on camera, but it is smaller.
Yeah, you can definitely see that it's smaller.
Yeah. But she went with, or I told her I could chop a Ripley down, and she was like, "Oh, I'll take a chopped one." But so I'm going to start making this mini Ripley as well, though. This is about the same size as the Vapor.
I like it though, because again, it gives you that flexibility for people who like that original. Everybody's loving it. Chat's just lighting up. Dr. Drew, dude, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
Thanks, y'all. Yeah, and then I got another one I want to drop pretty soon, a smaller one that I made a while back. I don't have nothing on me right now, but an even smaller, like actual small knife. Because, well, most people like that.
Well, I mean, it goes back and forth. I mean, today an SNG is about my average and what I like to carry, and that's okay. I carry smaller knives too. I'll carry like a drift, a little 3-inch blade, depending on what I'm doing. But usually, I like something a little more beefy.
For sure.
Just to take care of my what do they call it, little Napoleon complex. You got to carry something with a little meat to it.
But that's right, man. That's like the Ripley. You know, it's just long and scary looking. You know,
I love it, dude. And I just think I want to get a fixed blade in a big way. I've got to get my finances straight again and get back to be a productive member of society. But when I do that, I definitely want to hit you up and talk about a fixed blade. And I know just to have it made by you, and that just looks to me, the profile looks perfect. I'll show you something I was looking at, and I think I passed on it, but it was at White Mountain Knives, and I thought it was very interesting. It's
what up, Brant?
A little imported knife. Let me find it. What's up, Brant? Let me find this. Hold on a sec.
I had you back the other night, Brant. Those dudes were being bullies, and I don't like it.
Yeah, we don't deal with bullies.
They were being mean the night before, and then they were doing it again the next night, and I wasn't having that shit.
All right, so this little knife I thought was really cool. This little guy right here.
I like that.
I do too, and they've got it in different materials. It's a Viper, it's M390, but the mirror too. See, that just looks like a regular knife, right?
Space Ghost. Yeah.
We're gonna look at the mirror one. Look at the mirror one. Now this one's carbon fiber, same size. What the fuck is it? Is the edge on the top, or is it?
It looks like it should be.
I mean, or do you flip it over? What's the fucking deal? I mean, what am I looking at? Why does it say mirror one and mirror two? I mean,
I don't like that at all. That looks fucked up.
But does it have 2 grinds? What do you think it is? It doesn't give you any information here.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I would assume the top is just a swedge, but I fucking have no
But look
idea.
at this choil.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
And
Yeah,
we'll go back,
it's almost like a
we'll
pick
look
out.
at the 2. And then the reason it makes me think it's the mirror, do you just spin it over? Like here's the mirror 1 or mirror 2. I'm sorry. It looks like a regular.
Yeah, it just flips upside down, but then they added a swedge to it.
Bizarre.
Yeah,
Bizarre. This is the one I would get, but I don't think. And then
that other one's weird. Yeah.
it's very weird because it's almost like you flip it over, and if you flip it over, it just looks like it's got a higher grind. Because think about it, where that choil is, if I flip this knife over, it doesn't really have a swedge up here. It looks like it's got a goddamn edge.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
Weird.
that was weird. And I see Viper Knives doing a lot of weird stuff with fixed blades. But my point is, little fixed blades are, to me, for some reason, what I've been kind of coveting lately.
Yeah, man, I love little fixed blades.
I traded this for Carco. Check this out. This is a 3V Servant Knives Mech Fighter, made in the USA. Look at the little pinky attitude adjuster.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly. It looks dangerous.
It's just, it's not anything I'd necessarily carry, even though it's super slicey. I put an edge on it, but I loved it. I mean,
Death Spike,
I never even used to think about fixed blades, but now all of a sudden it's just something that I lean to.
Yeah, I've been carrying a fixed blade since I was a little kid. My mom was always a super big advocate of it. She's got an old Puma knife that she got when she was like 6 or 7 years old, and she still has that. It's got like stag bone on it and shit. It's sweet.
And she's always carried it?
Yep.
I mean, they're so handy. Like I said, I carry one. Lately, I've been carrying this little ranch dog, which is a tiny little
ranch dog,
just a little spay blade.
All right, yeah.
Little 3V, just kind of keep it in my pocket, my back pocket, and I find myself using it more than my folder. Or this little guy, just a little small 6 or 7 inch, maybe 5 inch fixed blade for me is always part of my EDC, and I never used to think like that.
Yeah, man, I almost always carry a small fixed blade on me, and when I go to use a knife, I almost always grab that before I grab my folder out.
Damn, Space Ghost. I don't have it out here, but if I'm going to show it, I ought to show the one with Kyle Coonley's edge on it.
You guys love this damn chickadee talk.
They fuck with me with the chickadee, dude.
I know at every chat.
I just buy into it. But look at
You're
this.
like, oh, how does that compare to the chickadee?
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, Jake's a nice dude though, man. I've met him a couple times, and he's a nice dude.
I love his shop videos. I think he's a trip, and I like supporting him. And both that 2 of them, only got one of them directly from him. The other 2 I got on the secondary. This one from Lefty for a good price because it came with an Oak City leather sheath. It was a left-handed sheath, but that's no good. But anyway, the first one I got from Honey Bear 85, and it was an S90V, an early version that didn't have, it was a full flat grind, and I got it for a very, very good price. So I don't have, and I'm not one to say what somebody should sell their art for, right? Because to me, even if it's cuts, it's a tool.
Dude, it's a hard thing to talk about, yeah.
We're in a capitalist society. I look at, for me, and this is why Shane and I went back and forth. And I know I don't blame anybody for not being on this side, but when the Jack Wolf first came out and I reviewed it, I wasn't given one. I was asked to look at one, and I did. And I liked that little fixie, and it was $249. And Shane was like, dude, that's crazy. I was like, I get it. But for example, this knife was $200. It's not American, but they make one that's American that's $300, which I think's fair in Magna Cut. And then, like my Griffin Company, which are made by Best Tech, where this knife made by Best Tech was much more expensive than that. So I realized that it's not just that knife that's kind of a ripoff. I think all of them, if you look at it, for what it costs versus what you buy for, but I look at it from the value I get out of it.
I mean, a lot of times I can argue both sides if I want to be an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a no. It's there, and there's really no need because people should be able to just do what they're going to do, right?
It's
and they
true.
should be informed. And I
Yeah.
think that's the great
Yeah.
thing about the dialogues that we have is it helps, especially when it's opposing sides. That's why I don't think it's necessarily an argument. A debate can be a healthy way to learn different points and maybe consider something differently, right?
It's true. Be shitty. I was going to bring that up. That like, if I was going to get one from Jake, it'd probably be one of those Hail Marys.
The Hail Mary is a beautiful knife.
Yeah,
I like.
cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which blade style I like the best. I think the Tonto.
Yeah, I'm back and forth on it. I like them all, but it's a nice overall knife. It's like classic, but kind of got his own kind of design twist on it, like his own language. So
yeah, he seems like a really nice guy. I mean, I'll tag him when I post stuff, but he seems to be very, very thankful. So I guess these are all of them, and I could be wrong.
yeah, as far as my
Yeah.
interaction with him, he's pretty cool.
There's not one that looks janky to me. I like the spear point. I like the Tonto. Tonto is probably my favorite. The drop point looks pretty sick, or that clip point, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that Tonto.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that kind of be my jam. But I like to see people branch out and do different stuff and have it be successful.
And I like that he has different blade shapes for the same knife too. Like a lot of people don't do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a cool thing to do. And one thing that I really like, I don't know if you were here last week, but I had this guy Tag from Axial Knives, and they make this knife, this USA made
They got the tie handles on it, right?
Well, this one does. I'd rather it have micarta, but they make it with micarta or G10, and they do it in a Tonto or in a drop point or in this in Magna Cut for $189 with a G10 handle. So to me, they're made in Dallas. I think it's a fine knife. I really enjoy it.
Cheap, man. Like, I mean, you ain't gonna get many custom makers to make you that knife for that cheap.
No, and like I say, they're USA made, and I wouldn't consider it in the same realm as a custom knife.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's good value for what it is. Like, I couldn't make that with a tie handle and sell it for that. Like, I'd have to charge more than that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
sure.
It's a good price. Yeah.
Your processes are so much more refined and they're more personalized, right? I mean, they're one-offs.
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
So are you when are you going to get back into just kind of throwing stuff up? And you very rarely have stuff that's just for sale if you're not going to a show, right? Because most of your stuff, your books stay pretty well what you're promoting, right?
Yeah, well, the biggest problem with it, and that's why I'm moving to getting some CNC, or not CNC, but water jet stuff done, is because it takes me so long to build a knife. Like I just don't have time to make extra shit to throw up. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean, and again, if you're able to keep up with your demand that you're getting, and that's the whole thing, is staying busy.
It's
and guys,
true.
the best way is to
Also, though, because it takes me so long, like, yes, I make money on my builds or whatever, I'm not in the hole, but I'm not making a living yet. You know what I mean? Like, this does not pay my bills yet. So I got to be able to streamline some certain processes and save myself some time and a little coin on certain areas. You know what I mean? And just to be able to get my shit out there more,
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the whole thing, because I know several people, I know at least two who have your knives who just freaking love them. I think Stevie bought another knife too, didn't he?
What's that?
Did Stevie buy a second knife too? I mean,
no.
Okay. Well, I mean, because the customs are very, very nice, and I know for Scotch to he talks about it constantly.
I'm super thankful of that dude for sure.
Dude, he wouldn't do it if he didn't love the knife. I mean, he's a guy.
No, I believe that. I don't believe he'd bullshit at all. Like,
no, and he sees a lot of stuff across his desk, and that's what I think's strong. So I think you'll be able to, especially not only as you get those process more streamlined, but as you look and explore some of those things that are, like you say, mid-tech, that allow you to explore, to reach more people at different market points where you're still protecting yourself and helping build that living that you want, right?
For sure, man. Like, I wish I could sell the ones I make now for less than what I do, but I just physically can't. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure. I mean, and Shane and I have talked about his, because I can understand his on a simple level on how he's just getting his materials covered, right? And his time, I still don't think he's valuing his time as much as he should, right? And I don't think he's factoring in those learning curves, those wastes. You know, he just chalks that up, and he still comes out okay, you know, for right now. But you know, just by continuing to do it, dude, you're gonna freaking blow up. Your knives are awesome. I mean,
I just hope to make a living. I don't care about blowing up and getting fucking known and all that.
well,
I
blowing
want
up,
motherfuckers remember me for my quality, but I don't care about being all
right? And blowing up is not, you know, our community. The way I look at
I
it,
just want to make a living making cool shit. That's all I want.
right, right. And we're a small little microcosm of people that word of mouth is a big thing, and
It's true.
And people like what they like. And from what I've seen, I know Dopey loves what he's got. I know Steve loves what he's got. And I know that said Stevie loves what he's got, right? So
Yeah,
the
man.
knife is a hit. The fact you're making a smaller one is exciting to me. Again, if this was 7 months ago, 8 months ago, I would be buying one. Without a doubt, because one of the smaller ones, or maybe one of the ones like you're doing for God, why do I go blank? She's my favorite. Iggy, little small hands, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's just it. What's up, Cheeto Stardust?
Cheeto, what up?
Cheetos up. Mind of Milton's in here. Yeah, but we got like a small little group, and this group all has their own little groups. And I think when people have experiences with knives, it kind of goes out that way. And it's not hype. It's just if you find something good, like recently, I found good, and I don't have any of them here because I gave it back to my buddy A to Z. I reviewed a knife last week that one of the viewers, Lee, sent in. By a company called Very Good Knife Company, a USA made company. And this kid, they started in 2022, Very Good Knife Company, but for 11 years before, he's been grinding knives for his dad, who sells art knives. And they had a big situation kind of falling out. But his knife, this knife I got, this Tradition Junior, was so impressive, I took it over to my buddy A to Z and showed it to him. And he went to the website, and they only had one in stock, which was a different knife called the Hawk, which is a super sharp spine, probably a 7 3/4 inch Warncliffe, for lack of a better term, flat grind instead of a hollow. And so my buddy bought it, and it was, I want to say, 169 plus shipping. And dude, that knife is immaculate. This guy makes the most beautiful knives, and he's somebody I would have never known about, right? So my point is, so much can happen momentum wise for just people experiencing your stuff and going, holy shit. Because I do it all the time. I didn't know something like this existed. Holy shit. And then that enthusiasm carries over, especially if it's authentic, which it should always be authentic, or it's bullshit. It's just shill.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go down that road because out of me.
Been talking about that a lot lately.
Yeah, and there's no need. I think like I said, I think people know who know, and if you don't, you will at some point.
Yeah, man, and like that's the other thing, like you know, with my folders and stuff, like I've been making fixies or whatever for like 5-6 years now, but I didn't actually start actively selling knives until the last few years anyway, when the pandemic hit. But with my folders, you know, I'm still under, like, there's as far as numbers go on each one of them, on each one of the models, I'm under 10 on each one of the models, you know, like, so I'm pretty fresh to the scene is what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Well, but that's the thing that's so, to me, amazing. Not just looking at your individual, you'll have a blade, a raw blade, 2 raw sides, a backspacer, your clip, your thumb studs, and then you'll have a fucking knife. And it's the tolerances are unbelievable. It's how do you go from making a fixed blade in your mind? I mean, I know you've taken apart knives like I have. I've taken apart hundreds of knives. I put skiffs in everything, but I could still not come up with the ability to craft a freaking knife that worked, much less worked so well. I mean, how do you make that jump from a fixed blade to okay, let's just do folders?
Well, I mean, honestly, like just the love of folders. Like I've also always had folders since I was a little kid. Cheap ones. But mostly Kershaw's, all that shit. Throughout the years.
Right.
But so I don't know, like fucking a while ago, I got a Cold Steel Recon 1. Like a big Tonto fucking. And then when I started making fixed blades, I was like, oh man, I want to make a new blade for this. So I took it apart and looked at it, and I was like, fuck it, I can do that. Drilled a hole, filed the channel for the backlock to grab it, and all that shit.
Did a reblade?
Yeah, and did a reblade on my Recon 1, and then that was the springboard to the folders for sure.
And did you start with titanium, or did you start with something like micarta, like you got, or another material?
Well, I just rebladed it, so I use the same handles and stuff or whatever. But I did
after that, when that was the springboard, when you said, "Okay,"
Then I went straight to tie handles. Yeah.
And you just figured you could just file that shit down to make it the way it needed to be, or did you?
Yeah.
You had experience doing that? Had you done any kind of? That's amazing, dude.
No, because I used to tattoo. I came from doing that, and I've always been crafty. I build skateboard ramps, or I work on cars and shit like that. But no, I ain't got no fab.
You got man skills, but you didn't have specific applicable skills to grinding and making knives.
No,
you just basically transferred what you liked about it to what you wanted to create. Dude, that's
and mostly it was from staring at knife makers that I followed. Like I wasn't even watching YouTube videos. I was literally just like scrolling through like Instagram and staring at photos or very short videos that makers would post. I'm like, oh shit, I saw something. Maybe I'll try that. You know what I mean? Like, and just kind of made it work. And then ended up talking to makers and asking questions and shit like that and learning from them. So it's not like I came up with this all on my own or anything. I definitely gained knowledge from other makers, but no one has ever shown me anything, and I have no background in it yet.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just that. I think a lot of times, especially when you're starting out, I don't know, because I know what change is anytime when you're doing something and trying to make it a full-time thing, you probably, and I'm just guessing, it's easy to get discouraged and lose sight of what you've actually accomplished, even though it's not returning what you want it to return right away, right?
Sure.
I think getting discouraged at a stage where you've done something that you might look at as, well, I just figured it out, but I guarantee you 99% of the people in the chat, they're like, holy shit. That's not something that a skill set that people have. I mean, I know Jason.
I don't really think about because I don't think about shit like that. I think about it like you said, like, well, I don't know, I just fucking figured it out.
It's something you wanted to do, but don't. And my only point is, objectively, don't lose sight. I mean, of the fact that most people can't do that. It's just not. It's not possible. I mean, they wouldn't be able to do it. Space Ghost says he needs to drill a set of tie scales, and he can't find the right type of bits. He's tried 2 sets of the gold ones and a few of the black ones. What do you drill your tie scales with, buddy?
I usually use cobalt bits that I buy from either McMaster Car or USA Knife Maker, or pretty much those two. Also, what are you using? Are you using a hand drill? Are you using a fucking Dremel? Are you using a fucking drill press?
Space Ghost, drop Donnie.
I mean, you can hit me up, dude. Hit me up on Instagram, man. Like, I might not hit you back today because I'm getting drunk, but I'm glad to talk to you about that shit, man. I don't care. My knowledge is free, bro.
I think cobalt with the C, not cobalt with the K, but I could be wrong.
Yes. Yeah, the actual like material cobalt, not the brand.
Yeah, Ed, I don't know if that ever got resolved. I've kind of stayed out of that. I I
I don't know who that
voluntarily
is.
got involved with a brother who was close to being in a situation, but we got that resolved. And I will say Lefty was very instrumental and very helpful in that too. It was kind of he and I, and it worked out. But yeah, I don't know how that happens, Paul. I
Space
think
Ghost for sure. Hit me up.
there's got to be more to the story. Hey, I hate to do this to you, Donnie, but I got to pee again. This
Yeah, man, you good, man? I'm
hot
good.
soda is just going through me like you would not believe.
I'll be doing that here as soon as these beers hit me anyway. So
Give me 2 seconds.
you good, man? You good? Yeah, Space Ghost, hit me up, man. I'll totally hit you up about that. Let you know what I buy and use. It's not a big deal. Smells like nice, Dr. Drew. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about with that other thing. Her and her boyfriend posted a picture when they did the Philippines 10K. That shit is all fucked up. I've never even held 7K in my entire life because I'm a poor, so like those numbers are crazy to me. She's a scamming cunt, eh? Well, you know. Donnie, what you smoking? Just some fucking what is this? Wedding cake from the local shop because my homeboy's at a show. Normally it would be local grown shit. I usually only smoke local grown shit. We mostly just talk shit in here. Yes. If anybody saw me, did anybody watch Metal Mondays this week?
I'm back.
What up, Javon? You were on Metal Mondays this week.
Yeah, Pocket Metal is hopefully going to get home in time to join us because he'll jump up. I don't think.
No shit. That's awesome. I wanted to, just because everybody saw whatever I fucking caused that night by accident.
I didn't see. To be honest with you, because I have a
No,
hard
it's
time.
all good. It's all good. No, all I wanted to bring up was that like I reached out to Pocket Metal because I have no beef with this dude. Like I might like to razz him and shit, but I've got no beef with that dude. So I reached out to him and we had a great conversation, and I think we're chill. So I think we're cool.
Yeah, dude, he's a great guy. What's so funny is he and I are.
I think I chimed in at the wrong time and just pushed his buttons, and we were both drunk, so whatever.
Dude, and I've got
I don't give a shit, man. Like I'm cool.
He's one of my bros, and I've got a list of things that I can't talk about on Mental Mondays, and I deal with it because I know they're triggers.
No, I feel you, yeah.
I know if I bring up, for example, a knife and flick it, it'll piss him off, and I don't want to do that to him because it's his show, and I want him, like he says, he wants to be a place for people to chill. He looks at it as his hangout, but he is, like a lot of people, very passionate.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's about as chill as I am, and sometimes I'm chill.
Yeah, no, y'all are chill, and sometimes, like I said, dude.
But sometimes we're jackasses.
Well, and he and Shane,
I am not weird. I am.
Before they kind of kissed and made up. It was funny, I mean, it's just people are different and people are opinionated. I try to, and it's not because I don't have beliefs, but my beliefs.
We can talk about that. Hit me up.
My beliefs are my beliefs. My beliefs aren't my friends' beliefs, nor do I expect them to be, nor do I feel like they're any less valuable to me as human beings that I love because their beliefs may be totally different. As long as we jive on what we jive on, that to me is all that matters.
Yeah, there's only a few things that can actually keep me from like talking to somebody, and most of that's like racist shit or whatever,
Yeah, exactly. And like
otherwise, I mean, fuck off. I mean, we can get along. Night's Edge. Hey y'all, I'm gonna be on. I think I got scheduled to get interviewed by Bob DeMarco.
That is awesome, dude. Bob,
yeah, dude, I'm actually super stoked about it. I'm like, what?
Did you meet him at Blade Show this past year when you were there?
No, I didn't get to meet him. No.
I don't know if he went this past year, but he is he's a great guy. He is your kind of guy.
I've been watching his videos forever, like I watch him, when other people are on and shit.
He's an OG, dude. He's one of those people, Bob, Stasa, people I recommend for cut tests. Because that's something, I'm a show and tell knife guy, right? I mean, I do the things that used to attract me as a just a user, the kind of videos I'd watch, because I'm not going to be cutting as much. But I know if I want to find out how a blade's going to perform, I'll watch Stasa or somebody like Stasa, Jared or somebody. But, and I don't know if he does cut tests anymore, but it's just one of those things that just, I don't do it. I don't pretend to.
No,
I don't know how to do stuff. But I do know what is the difference in a knife that's really, really good. Like this knife from Terry. This is a prototype, dude, from
it's actually 1931.
Yeah, Leatherworks. Is it 1931 Leatherworks or Leatherworks?
1931 Leatherworks. Yeah.
This thing has got the best ergos for me.
I see you guys over here. I'll reply in a sec.
It's made by Concept, and my understanding is it's going to be around 160.
Word, that's not bad.
Yeah, and a lot of different colorways.
Everybody I've seen that's had it or in hand likes it.
Oh, I've got to make the video tonight because this is the one that's going out tomorrow, and then send it up to Lefty. I think is where it goes next. But that's what I got so bad about, dude. Before you got in here, we were talking about kind of being a prisoner of the game because I started early on doing 2 videos a day, but then I got back to doing 1 video a day, and I would always stay like a week ahead. I'd have them built up and staged, and now it's midnight and I'm recording a video. I've usually got an idea, but I don't write scripts. I don't edit, so it's not that hard. It's just I've got to keep the joy in it, and I've got to get ahead. Yeah, but I don't have the blades really, so I'm having to kind of scramble for content, which makes me take a whole nother layer of brain thought to come up with what would make engaging content. Right.
Well, my reply to
who have I missed?
Knight's Edge here will help with that.
Welcome to the stage, my brother from another mother.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Pocket Metal, you're low. Turn up just a hair.
Speak louder.
Am I too low?
No, yeah, come up. There you go. There you go. You're louder now. We couldn't hear you.
Hold on. I just got a Knight's Edge. I'm sending some shit to Bob DeMarco so he can check it out before I'm on his show. And then it's going to like 1 or 2 people, and then it's coming your way, buddy. And Javon, a couple are coming your way.
I'd love to check one out anytime, dude.
I had to get
did you hear us talking about you, that there was absolutely no hard feelings?
What are you talking about?
About Monday night.
I brought up was that I reached out and we had a conversation, and I thought it was healthy, and I think we're good.
I agree.
That's all I just said. That's all I just said.
No, I was just saying.
I wanted to say that me and this other dude, who most people probably think we're both jackasses,
I am a jackass.
Actually, have an adult conversation.
Y'all are opinionated.
You know what I mean?
Not fascist. Opinionated. Pedantic.
And that's the problem.
Good people. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're
I mean, like,
nothing wrong with it.
So it's always hard to tell how someone, like, what they're in text messages.
Dude, so bad.
Or in chat, especially when they're 30 minutes behind the stream. And
I didn't know that. So I missed the whole point the whole part where you told me to fuck off because of my whole offset thing. I didn't even know what the fuck was happening. I was like, what did I do?
Interpretation.
Totally, I'm an asshole, and I was like, I pissed that dude off right on. But like, I was like, man, I barely said anything.
Marco, what's up, brother?
Anyway, PM, cheers, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was already, maybe had a few beverages in me and feeling sassy that night. And,
I was lit too, man, for sure.
Hey, it's all good. Like I said, when I was talking, y'all are very, very similar, and are too good. Y'all get along too well in your real lives than to get tied up in internet life. And internet life to me is the difference.
You want to fight right now, motherfucker?
And interpretation. Carco's a fucking champion, dude. I'll have to put you in timeout if you go after Carco. He is my boy.
Carco might beat me up. I don't know.
He's the best, dude. He's the one that hooked me up with a one of a kind, and I've got to hold it for him. But an Evo that brother Bill made scales for.
He's got the only lefties I've ever made.
Oh, does Carco have one?
He's got 2.
Sweet,
He's got a
dude.
Ripley and a Newt.
Where is Scotch Brite at tonight?
Scotch
is
Brite was
Scotch
on the
Brite?
fishing trip, dude. They
Oh,
had-
I didn't realize they go fishing in the winter.
Right.
they go this time of the year every year, and they go down.
Well, they're in
Close to the
Texas.
border.
It's
Yeah,
not.
close to the border of Texas. So I'm assuming
Oh,
dressed
okay.
by the way they were dressed in the boat, they had on windbreakers, but most of the shots they were in t-shirts. And dude, we were talking about it earlier. I'll show you the Instagram, but it might make you nauseous. They have a tortilla. They have this beautiful glazed piece of fresh fish with a couple little dabs of what looks like great sauce, and it's sitting on a fucking piece of processed cheese.
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
Like if they just left the cheese off, it's like a taco.
The sauce on fish is weird to me.
But let me
I
show
don't
you.
even eat fish, so no.
I'm not a fish. I like, and again, people make fun of me, but I like the ocean's cockroaches. But I won't really eat fish. Those are
So you eat
shrimp.
lobster and like shrimp or what?
Yeah. I like shellfish.
I
But-
saw the thing where that's what they used to feed, like the poor people used to
That's
get.
right. PM. Lobster is for poor people. That's right. You tell them.
But check this out, Pocket Metal.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
It's fish tacos, dude. But see, the fish looks delicious, and it's got these little like globs of
Melted. It looks like it's got like one bean from a can of beans or something on that shit.
Well, let's do this. I hate to do it, but we're just gonna have to go #fail.
Dude, it's so bad.
God damn, man, this guy cannot cook.
Oh, I talked to him for sure.
Oh god.
Eat
Beef
the
Shady. B&A, what up?
It's like a piece of fish sitting on the whitest quesadilla you
Like,
ever.
look at these fish they just caught, and then they
Yeah.
disrespected it like that. Like, that's just rude.
It doesn't look warm there, though. I mean, it looks like they're kind of bundled up. But dude, they did well. That's a run of stripes.
That is a lot of fish.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of fish.
And Scotch was saying, I guess during the live the other night, that they really get into it. But this is what Scotch really gets into.
His weak ass beer.
I know that's what it's like you spend that kind of money on knives, and then that's the shit you drink.
That is my argument every time I see people drinking cheap beer that have nice shit.
He drinks that, and he drinks very expensive Scotch. So there's
I'll
probably a trade-off there.
Beers and stuff, which is like, you know, the Pacific Northwest. Cats, cut that out. It's like you know, PBR for the Pacific Northwest or some shit.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just
So
like a
Pocket Metal.
cool thing that, but
Probably better than Miller
God,
Lite.
dude,
Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't even mention it. You know what that leads to?
what?
Fucking, he's talking shit.
Who is?
Filet fish at Taco Bell.
Look, did you notice the icon automatically changed up at the top right corner?
You know, I'm not the
Brandon,
hugest fan of
Brandon,
Taco Bell, but I do like the Taco Bell hot sauce. Okay.
The hot sauce.
It's like a basic hot sauce. Like, that's not bad shit.
You can buy it on Amazon.
I
Okay.
honestly don't
You
eat
cannot
fast food
buy
really
it.
at all.
The best is their green verde sauce, and you cannot buy it on Amazon.
I eat French fries. We love to get French fries. We got French fries today while we're out running errands at Burger King.
Can't really hate on French fries.
French fries are good. And you know, we'll eat it. We'll grab, now that they have veggie burgers at Burger King, every once in a while we'll get those, and pizza. But it like Taco Bell is one of those things where if nothing else is open and you just don't feel like cooking,
But you can get just beans, right?
I get bean burritos.
Yeah. So you can get veggie at Taco Bell pretty easy. But look, dude,
yeah.
you can get 4 packs of sauce for 20. And this one right here, the verde, dude. I mean, that's almost worth the 21
Oh,
bucks.
a pack of 2 for $15. It's only $2 at the store, Javon.
The
The bottle's only $2 at the store.
where do you
So-
which store do you see it at?
No. You're looking at Amazon. What I'm
Right.
saying is a Taco Bell bottle of sauce is $2 at Winco or Safeway.
Really? Do you ever see this one? This is the one, because I'm going to buy this. I'm sorry, I can't.
That's you're literally spending $12 over cost to order it on Amazon.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to do that. But that
Get some
doesn't
of the
seem
verde
right.
sauce. Why don't you just get some green chili sauce?
The best green chili or the best green sauce we get it at Winco. I don't remember Chamiette, are you around here? what's the name of that salsa we
I'm
get?
a basic bitch.
Maria's. It comes in a tub. It's all fresh ingredient stuff. You buy it next to the vegetables in the fresh refrigerated section at Winco. That shit is delicious.
Nice.
Yeah, but something about taco mild sauce. They used to sell. Do y'all have Arby's out there? And I'm not a fan of Arby's. Let me finish.
Yeah, there's Arby's. There's
Arby's,
there's
Arby's used to have potato cakes, and they brought them back because some people.
So we were making veggie roast beef sandwiches, and we tried to. So we ordered the hash browns, and we ordered fries, trying to get them to give us the sauce, because we wanted to use Arby's sauce on our veggie roast beef sandwiches that we got. And they gave us like 1 pack each. So the next time we did it, we went in there and we got a soft drink cup and went over to that pump.
And you filled it up?
Yeah, fuck that.
$11 a bottle.
Yeah, that's insanity.
$19 for a pack of 2.
If you go to the restaurant, you can just fill up the giant cup.
Yeah, I don't know how good that'll stay in your refrigerator, but yeah, Cholula is a very good go-to sauce.
Yeah,
there's a barbecue sauce here that y'all wouldn't be aware of. It's called God, what's it called? It doesn't matter, but it's one that you can shake. It's a vinegar-based sauce, and if you just dump it on your sandwich, if you like barbecue, if you just dump it on your sandwich, it's kind of mild. If you shake it, it makes the sauce, the stuff kind of break up, and it makes it a little hotter. And if you shake the fuck out of it, it gets just flaming, and it's vinegar-based, and it's so good. Yeah, it's gross. Arby's is gross, but what I used to get is I would go by and I'd say, okay, I need 3 hash browns because they come 2 to a pack, and I need like 20 Arby's sauce. And then I was like, I'm crazy. I'd say, I'll pay extra for it. And they never make me pay. They just give me a handful. And I collected it in my drawer. Now I've got a ton of taco sauce. Pocket Metal, I can send you a box of Taco Bell sauce.
Oh no, we have shit tons of other shit at home. I can't remember what's the one I showed you that has the fucking dog on it that we were using last time. I can't remember the name of it.
But when they dropped the hash browns, I dropped Arby's like a fucking rock. There was no need to go anymore because I didn't like their roast beef that much. I like their little juniors that had like a few pieces of roast beef because the roast beef was kind of nasty. Because what I'd do is I'd load it up with horsey sauce, load it up with Arby's sauce, and just gobble that shit down.
That is disgusting.
It was good, man.
No, it's not.
They got 3 flavors.
Kitchen. That's all I'm saying. Get in the fucking kitchen.
This stuff right here, there's 3 different flavors. We've tried them all. They're pretty good. You can get this at the Winco. These are good hot sauces. Yeah, we tried
hot.
It's hot.
Forehead sweat hot.
They don't fuck around. That's hotter than anything you get at Taco Bell hot.
Yeah, see, that's why I like my favorite Taco Bell, even though the hot's good and the fire. Yeah, I'm mild, a mixture of mild and verde is perfect. Because I'll get those Mexican pizzas. I'll get 2 of them, and I'll drown that son of a bitch. I mean, I'll drown it in the sauces. In mild and verde.
Bush Light comment, because when I was a kid, my dad drank Bush, so that's what I drank when I was a kid was Bush beer. Bush beer is fucking nasty.
Let me tell you something.
My parents
when we were kids, we drank Milwaukee's Best. We drank Miller, whatever we could get out of our parents' refrigerator, and we learned at an early age that a funnel makes it all fine.
My parents were basically sober, man.
Wow. Yeah. My parents got separated when I was 2, and from the time I can remember, me and my sister joke about this all the time. My dad was more of a drinking buddy than a dad.
Right.
That's my real dad. So when he'd pick us up on the weekends, we'd go to the Jiffy store or the 7-Eleven or whatever and grab a Slim Jim and a fucking Bush to ride home in the car. And that was back in the day when parents were good parents and drank and drive.
Right.
And so we had a beef stick and a beer on the way home.
And that wasn't that uncommon. My dad
they would let me go up to the counter and put my beer on the counter and not like fucking because I was with my dad. Like they didn't, I was fucking under 10 years old.
And he was a respected member of society, and it was just one of those things. My dad, who was not a respected member of society, would take us dove hunting And when I'd be like 12 or 13, we had a 76 Malibu Classic station wagon. I'll never forget it. But we'd be dove hunting about 45 miles away. And they drink after dove hunting, and they'd give us a beer or two. And then he'd say, "Hey, you want to learn to drive?" I'd be like, "Sure." And he's like, "Let's go." And I drive 45 fucking miles now, going like 55 miles. I've never driven before. Crazy.
Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, we started drinking at a pretty young age.
Yeah, I started drinking at like 11, 12. Started smoking weed at 10, 11, cigarettes at 10.
I didn't smoke weed till I was in high school.
Where?
I think that's respectable.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's respectable because I was a little degenerate piece of shit when I was a kid. So
I was like in 9th or 10th grade when I first smoked weed.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's good then.
And that was all downhill from there for a while.
Yeah. Mine all started out. I was a kid and made friends with older people in the neighborhood that skateboarded and were into ill shit, and I was into ill shit from then on.
Let me pause for a second. Are you okay there, buddy? That was a hell of a hack.
Man, a gnat flew in my throat.
Is that what that was?
That was brutal.
Sounds like you just took a hell of a bong rip.
Ugh, that was brutal.
Yep.
Either way you look at it. GFWT, what's up? Yeah, Natural Light. My first was Coors Light. I was a Silver Bullet guy until Alabama passed the low gravity, whatever that law was, where you could make like 6.8, 7.8% alcohol beer. And then I learned real fast that the higher the alcohol content, the better it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the fuck when we were young in like high school. I mean, we started drinking Old English then, but there was also fucking what the fuck?
Natty Ice.
There was something some bullshit beer.
I think they're a couple years older than me, so that might throw it off.
We had Mickey's Big Mouth. We had like malt duck, which tasted like kind of a wine. We had champagne.
Some sort of Canadian beer that Molson, because it had a higher alcohol content or something like that. We used to get.
See, Alabama was one of those Gestapo states where it was like 3.2 or 3.3. That's why all the kids in Alabama drank through funnels.
Dude, I was saying last week, I'm not an IPA person, but
I know, dude. You were already pissed, and I was like, man, I wish I could comment about him hating on beer, but he's already mad at me. I can't.
I prefer stouts to IPA.
No, I like stout. You ever had Old Rasputin?
Yes.
Fucking love that beer.
Yeah, good. I grabbed some of those. I don't know, a month or so ago. I went to a place looking for something and they didn't have it, but they had like a make your own 6-pack thing. So I grabbed a few of those. I try to, that's something that
That's a little spicy, but it's good. It's a little peppery.
Yeah, I try to grab new things to try.
For sure.
And they just didn't really have I am Old Rasputin. It's like the bottle.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. You have at it because you know the whole hand thing. Yeah.
That guy. What a fucking. Also, have you seen the story? Like read or seen anything about that guy? Like, what do you supposedly like? It's a weird person to name a beer after.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
That's good. I got that, and I got left-handed milk stout. Made some flavor. Oh, it was a peanut butter one. I love peanut butter, and I've tried peanut butter beer like 3 or 4 times, and every time it fucking tastes like shit.
Yeah, it's usually weird as fuck.
I think you're like 20 minutes behind because we were talking about this a minute ago.
Dude, I was at the Seneca tonight when I picked up my fuels.
So is that how you pronounce that place? I say Sunoco.
Same thing, 6.5 dozen the other, but they had this big can of pickle flavored beer.
Ugh.
Almost got it just as
I'm
soon
not
as
a pickle guy, so
I love pickles. And someone what someone interested. Now I also do like whiskey, and I don't dislike the taste of whiskey, but someone was doing. We went on a cruise, a company cruise one year, and everyone smuggled a bunch of alcohol on, and they were doing pickleback shots. So if you do a shot of whiskey, and then like a very small amount of pickle juice, it can't, it instantly like puts out the fire for, some people have a problem with that. Well,
I don't have the problem with the fire. I have the problem with the taste of whiskey. To me, is not good.
I like whiskey.
I like it with
if it's a brown, pour it down the drain because I don't like that.
Oh yeah, that's. I mean, I think on this particular voyage, we had smuggled like 2 gallons of vodka because
I would have been on the vodka then. Yeah,
you can mix it with the shit they have, but unfortunately, the lemonade, after mixing vodka with lemonade, after the first day, I went to just drinking straight vodka because the lemonade was like burning my mouth.
I bet, and probably making you more thirsty.
Yeah, so we there's pictures of me with like tall glasses of it was a hot mess, but
damn, we might have to get fucked up together someday, dude. We might fight or something, but it'll be a good night, I promise.
I wouldn't fight, dude. Y'all the type that
I'm saying if we getting shit knuckled fucking drunk.
I'm usually a very laughable person.
Oh yeah, me too. But
one gets me fired up, and then it could go sideways.
That's how it works.
But yeah, cruises. The great thing is you don't have to worry about driving when you get. So you can just get fucking annihilated.
Nice.
Yeah, all you gotta do is find your way back to your cabin,
or just sleep on the top. There's so many people just end up passing out on the top of the boat every night.
Nice.
There's lawn chairs everywhere. You can just crash out there until you fucking sleep it off.
I wonder, because I do have a giveaway. I haven't been talking about it, but I got a kind of cool one.
Right, Marco.
Javon, I just happened to notice that your picture of Jason is still. You need to hang that thing higher, man. It sits right behind your head. You can't see it.
I know. I've got to get it up there. Whoops! I just tripped over my shit. Hold on a sec.
That thing's awesome. That needs to be on display.
Hey,
Joe.
I've got to move stuff around there. I'm thinking about moving the little tool chest to the center, but that'll be behind my head. But I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, I've got to get it ready for Jason Brown Day for sure.
I have something I want to show. I don't even know if it'll work. Let me see here. You know what? I'll look it up on the thing here. I guess I got to go and pull up a screen to do this. There's something I wanted to show Joe. I saw something recently, and I was going to ask him if he's ever seen one.
Oh, Kyle, I thought you left us for good.
Live in 68 minutes. That means if we do a giveaway in about 15, we'll be in good shape.
Who's live?
Fed Faction goes live. And what's weird is we used to have like an hour and a half gap, but the Maroney's been a member for 16 months. Thank you, dude. Uh-oh, I was on the wrong page. I was about to give you a laser effect, which I don't want to do. I wanted to give you a thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I forgot it's Friday.
But we're gonna give away the non-existent. You cannot find these. The Swiss Tech by Walmart.
Maddie, that's what you get for fucking lurking.
Which is an absolute little banger. It's a knife I wasn't going to give away because it's done so well. And it got more views. This knife, the unboxing, and this actual knife review right now is sitting at, it's the second to the most views that I've had on any video. And then, I mean, they're sold out. You can't find them. But if I go filter.
It's too good.
Hey,
Smith, what up?
This guy. Boop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, boop. This is like some new version of this knife that I just recently saw that they made. I think it looks pretty nice. Ebony wood, copper pins, and then it's got copper and I don't know what the fuck it is in the little bolster there. Anywho,
Dude, that is good looking.
Pretty classy looking. It's pretty classy.
I know Joe is a fan of the Otter Messers, so I just happened to come across this one today. And I was like, man, that's not a bad looking little jobby job. Oh, you know what? Wrong thing. Hit the wrong button. Almost canceled StreamYard.
So this little knife went live 3 months ago, and it's got 20,000 views.
Damn.
It's that good of a knife, dude. I mean, I beat the shit out of it, put an edge on it. D2, you know how much this was? It was like $28. I just happened to be walking at Walmart and saw it on the shelf.
I can't fuck with $28, man. Shit.
No, I had to check it out and see what it was about. And the way it was packaged was like an iPhone. I mean, the packaging was next level, all recycled. All the packaging had been, it even said recycled, and you could tell it was recycled packaging.
Recycling's just a landfill, but that's fine.
But I'm giving that away. I would put it in the packaging, but unfortunately the packaging don't fit in the envelope. And if I put it in a box, it costs too much. So I'm sorry. I'll send you a picture of the packaging though, or you can go back and watch the review.
You can flatten the packaging out and shove it in there.
Well, the unboxing video got like a fuck ton too. I mean, because it just was a picture of a Walmart bag. I want to say it got.
Brant, don't be asking for a link. You know you got to save up for one of my knives. You better watch yourself.
Better watch yourself.
So what is the last knife you bought? Since you make knives, what's the last one you bought?
I don't fucking buy anything, dude. I don't have money to buy anything.
I
don't even buy clothes. Like I don't buy shit, man.
What were you carrying? What do you carry if you're not carrying one of your own knives?
Well, because I've been making fixies.
Maroni, that's true. And to be honest with you,
I have I don't know. Well, I got my Cold Steel Recon 1 that I bought forever ago. I have that.
Let me see if I got the box, because that one would be worth shipping in the box, just so you could see the presentation of what a good knife it is. And what's weird is Swiss Tech has their own website, and when you go to the about, I know this because my ex-in-laws both work for Walmart, and Walmart's headquartered in Bentonville, Arkansas, and this company Swiss Tech is right outside of Bentonville, and the only place you can buy it is Walmart. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I got the box.
Brant, don't get sassy, Brant. Come on.
I just play. I'll still send you one to play with, though. I told you that.
You better watch that guy. He's had my knives for like a year.
Oh, damn. I ain't sending it to you if you're going to be sleeping on it. Damn.
And I told him not to worry about getting it back fast because I'll just end up losing shit anyways.
Nice.
I've lost more shit since then that I can fucking shake a stick at. I don't know what the hell happens.
That's fair. I used to have some Benchmades and shit when I was like in my 20s. I lost all those motherfuckers, but.
So check out this little box. It was hanging just like that.
What was it hanging?
It's got a magnet. Opens up. Whoops.
How do they work?
That's a big package.
It is a big package. So I might stick this in a box with the knife because it all goes in there. I think there's even a chain in there. Let me see what else.
Comes with a chain. Oh,
well, gold. So cool it's all recycled, and there's shit underneath this place the knife hangs out. Nope, doesn't come with a chain. But you take out this recycled little thing that the knife sits in, and it's got the story. I mean, for the cheapness of the knife, the inexpensiveness, I've been very impressed with the quality of the knife.
That's what's up. That's good.
Yeah, I'm giving it away because I don't carry it. I've got more knives than I've got cents, and I've got more coming.
Messer wants to know if you had the TS 150 Tucson fixed blade.
I've had two, Messer, and I've given them both away. They were the first fixed blade. The TS 150 is fantastic. I think it's in stock at White Mountain in carbon fiber. The two I had were S90V. It was the first fixed blade I got to see if I wanted to invest in Lefty's Chickadee, to see if I'd carry it. Fantastic knife. I love it. I don't have any now, but I've had two. I love Tucson's tiny little fixed blades. It is tiny. It's tinier than the Chickadee. It's like 4.5 inches. It's got a tinier handle.
They must not be bad because.
So guys,
had two and another one.
Do y'all want to do this random, or do y'all want to do a numbers game? There are only 49 of y'all in here, so we could do a numbers game, which I know most people hate hat. Bleh. Or we could do just the random generator. I'm going to let like the first 5 people decide. We got 1 for random. 1 for random. 2 for random. B for Baron's got random. Marco random. Jesse random. All right, we'll do it at random. So I'm going to start collecting random comments. First, I'm going to take this thing apart and put it back in the box.
B for Baron 1 said number 1.
Because this clip, you can rotate it 90 degrees. However, I can't get it back in the box the way I've got it rotated.
Oh, fucking hell.
So I've got to figure out.
Life.
I'll figure that out later. Yeah, well, good luck with that.
I didn't know if you heard me.
I don't think I'll ever figure that one out. Oh, there it is. I'm going to have to use the torques.
I don't think we're supposed to.
I say on your current trajectory, you're going kind of fucking backwards.
I'm going way backwards, but I know that it's just a matter of time, dude. Simple twist of fate. I got the box, I got the knife, and I'm going to put something in here real quick. Give me a second.
Is it your balls?
Boom. No, dude. Of course not. Let's find a live stream, Friday Night Flicks. Let's put in
5-door, what up?
And try to do it. I did 2 capital letters in there. I don't know if that matters, but I would follow it just like it is.
I don't know if it does anymore. Some people say it doesn't, but I remember having a hell of a time.
I always keep it the way it is. And no, they didn't send it to me. I bought that. Scotch and Things, what's up, dude?
Oh,
You know,
gosh, what up, Steve?
Those fish tacos.
We don't want your fish taco, you dirty birdie.
You put fucking Kraft sliced cheese on a
It
fucking.
looks so good. I mean, I would have left.
That's the middle of
cheese.
Nebraska white shit, bruh.
Y'all talk, I gotta pee again.
That was the most ghetto looking. If that's what you call a fish taco,
It's pretty sad.
dude, that shit was horrible.
Dude, it's so bad. So
It's
fucking bad.
probably even worse if it had a fish stick.
And no, it would have been better even. Like, well, at least you weren't disrespecting something you just fucking murked to eat.
A fish stick and some fucking.
Oh, it's delicious. Get out of here.
fucking
If I come to your house, I'm fucking cooking, dude. I ain't letting you fucking cook. God damn. Demon, what up?
Oh, fucking shit, dude. That's horrible.
That's true. Did you stab one of those fishes with your Ripley or what?
Oh, Kathleen, you need to do it with the hashtag in front of it. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, probably.
for that shit to work.
I'm not good at that. I don't ever enter in that stuff. I have done a couple times, but if I ever win anything, I'm going to give it to somebody. I don't care. I really only like fucking, I don't know. I fucking hate the world and like having to have
Man.
money and all that shit.
That soda.
Javon, this is my reblade I was telling you about.
Let me make this small. Hold on a second, buddy.
No, you don't got to do that. I mean,
Ooh.
So did you make the blade for that?
yeah, this was like the first thing I ever did for a folder was reblade my Recon here.
That's
So did
beautiful.
you use Damascus or did you actually? I
Yeah.
mean, do you use Damascus or?
No, I do not forge. I don't have that skill. This is just some Alabama Damascus.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Oh,
He's really good at Damascus, just Alabama Damascus. They got-
American was telling me
Well,
about.
I'm just saying, like, like I didn't make it or nothing. It was just the first thing I did.
Yeah, but you're right, Pocket Metal. I think if I put my little cabinet in the center of me and I put Jason off to that side with the spotlight, because I've got a spotlight on him.
Yeah,
can't-
but he's sitting behind your chair. You should just move
I
him
know.
instead of that other stuff off to the left. Off to your right.
Yeah, I think
Turn around.
that. Yeah, that or that. See, I'm going to move that behind me and then move Jason and the light over there because that's I've got clear space on both sides. If I move that stupid cabinet that's full of fixed blades. Swiss Tech, everybody get your Swiss Tech in. Get your Swiss Tech in. Let's see how many people we got with Swiss Tech.
Javon, PM, either one of you have your first knife you've ever had in your whole life?
No, I wish I did.
I wish I did too. I think I do, as a matter of fact, but it's
This
in
is
a
mine
safe.
right here.
It's in a safe.
I got this when I was 5 years old.
What gas station or flea market did you grab that thing from? Look at that.
My uncle gave it to me when I was 5 years old. It used to have little like plastic red rubies in the eyes.
Nice. That's amazing.
Yeah. But I have had this since I was 5 years
Dude, that
old.
eagle head is fucking prime.
Dude, so good.
My first little knife was a case. It's got leather handle. It was a dove hunting knife, and I think it's in a safe at my dad's house. I think I still got
Drinkwater's
it.
comment is the best, by the way. Swiss Tech for Javon. He's trying to win it back for you.
I don't want it one back for me. I'm gonna just turn it like a boomerang right back at you.
That's genius.
I'll find somebody to send it
Oh,
to.
no, that's awesome.
Uh,
How many people we got signed up yet? We got 36. There's still some people that need to throw Swiss Tech in there. I'm telling you, it's a great little knife. I was
Also, I don't know if Swiss titties counts.
Swiss
Swiss
titties.
titties will not count.
I don't think that's gonna work out, bud.
And you can then give it to somebody if you don't want it. But I'm telling you, it's a badass. Let me just do some.
Here we go. That comment. I'm putting a Swiss Tech for Ouchie in here.
Yeah, let me do a little fucking cutting test here.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man, that's too
good.
It's got a very thin grind.
Did my comment even show up? I thought I commented, but maybe they kicked me. Oh, you know what? Because it's Javon. So if you see something that says Javon, Javon's account, that's I did that.
No, you did that. I saw that pop up. I was like, damn, how did he beat you to that?
Yeah. Because I'm using Javon's account login, so I can.
Absolutely, Swiss Tech for the local Walmart manager. All right, you smart asses. I'm getting ready to draw for this bullshit.
I'd love to a video of you walking into Walmart with the knife you bought there and be like, "Can I speak to the manager? I got to give something to him."
41. Hey, we're up to 63 people, and only 41 people have put Swiss Tech in. We're up to 63. Woo, woo, woo. Swiss Tech for Javon. I'm donating any wins I get to Scotch and things, and I think I've got his address, so I'll just send it to him.
Dude, if I don't know where you got cornbread, but I just thought of the worst thing, and that was Scotch's version of cornbread. That's got to be the driest cornbread ever given.
I've got to get that goddamn. I've got to get that Taco Bell thing off there.
I have a feeling if you go and hang out at Scotch's house and you don't go out to dinner with him, you're going to be eating some DiGiorno pizza.
Yeah. I get
some microwave mac and cheese,
swimming in Miller Lite, you know.
But maybe
I
you'll
bought
have
it.
really good Scotch after that.
I haven't bought it, Ouchie, but I am going to check and see if Walmart has it. Because I go to Walmart to get Tippy's food. So I'm there once every couple of weeks, and I've got to get my dad's shakes there. So I don't like Walmart. I'd rather go to.
Maddie, don't fuck the cornbread up. Come on now.
So listen, you know how corn dogs are good.
Corn dogs are good, yes.
Cornbread and a hot dog is. So here's a question. They make chicken fried steak.
Okay.
Why don't they make cornbread fried chicken? Like a cornbread coating on the outside of chicken.
I'm doing that shit tomorrow. I'll send you pics.
That sounds delicious, doesn't it?
That does sound delicious.
Trusting it, like making your fried, like mixing it with cornmeal.
Thing already. How can I be the first one to come up with that idea? That doesn't make sense.
Dude, I do some
You're
random
revolutionary,
shit, and I have not done that. So that's a good
All
call.
right, we got 43 entries. We got 43 entries and 61 people. Everybody throwing a Swiss Tech. I'm giving it like 15 seconds because we're running out of time.
Let's try the local ones. Only nursing home. Wow.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Maddie, are you in? Did you get your Swiss Tech in? I'm telling you, it's a good knife, dude.
Those are something to miss.
That's goddamn right.
Oh, that's too good.
Yeah, Scott's fish tacos. If you'd had not put them on cheese, just grated a little like cheese and put it on top of them with a little salsa. I can tell there's some kind of yummy looking brown sauce on them. But the fucking cheese food, I think it's processed cheese food. I don't even think it's real American cheese.
No, I don't think chicken's
I
vegan.
can see the press, I can see the press of the plastic on both sides of it.
How did it not happen?
Like Maddie's in, so I'm about to draw, guys. 10, 9, 8,
Just stuff right there.
7, 6.
No, that's
5.
not the same thing as KFC extra crispy. I did have that.
Good luck, people. KFC's gone downhill big time.
I think a lot of stuff probably has.
Yeah, that's because we're old motherfuckers. The shit was good 25 years ago when we were kids.
Here's a
Bama Ninja Timmy, the man, the myth, the legend. Timmy,
Bam!
I'm gonna throw my email in the chat, and if you'll email me tonight, I will ship you out tomorrow, and you're close enough where you will have it by you'll have it by Monday.
I can't believe Javon didn't win his own knife back because there was more votes for Javon.
I'm so glad I didn't. And
Javon, I didn't know you were blind, homie. Damn.
Don't laugh at me. It's dude, the reading glasses. They just happen to be a tiny bit tinted for that blue blocker. And the fucked up thing about it is I've got blue lights and green
Somebody
lights.
made a comment that said, "What knife is the blind guy giving away?"
The blind guy's giving away.
I'm like, hold on, I met this dude in person. I'm pretty sure he's not blind.
I wouldn't be looking around and like changing screens, you fucking numb nuts, if I was blind.
you numb nuts. Javon's throwing out fucking third grade insults.
That's all I've got.
It's wholesome, though. It's wholesome.
I'm a ninja, Timmy.
It won't get you canceled. That's for sure.
I think I've got you in the. But go ahead and throw me your address, and then keep my return address. And next time you're at your cousin's, you can send me back one of those little fungal knives. Bama Ninja won the, and I'm gonna, since it's Bama Ninja, I'm gonna get him the box. He won the Swiss Tech on just like edition. This is the 100.
You got 3 chains. Is he in here?
This is the 101st edition of Friday Night Flicks when I started actually recording numbers, which was like 10 into it. So we did 100 last week, and I didn't even think about it.
That's hilarious. Because did you how far after? When did you start doing it in comparison to me?
Dude, afterwards. So you think about it though, every Friday, that's less than a year, right? Because there's I
take time off every now and again.
No, it's 2 years. It's 52 weeks a year. So that's about 2 years, almost 2 years of Friday Night Flicks.
Same. It must not have been that far after the fact.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
That is cool, man. I've only known any of you motherfuckers for like this basically year. So dude, I didn't know you guys were doing all that shit that long. That's tight.
When I first saw you on Shane's, I remembered you from that conversation we had out in front of Blade Show when you were roasting and showing me your knife. And yeah, that was a good time. That was a good afternoon. I hated that I was only there for that hour. That sucks. Not that hour, but that day. That's not enough time. Every other time I've gone to Blade Show, I've stayed for
you live really close.
2 days. Huh?
You live really close to there.
Like 3.5 hours, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
300,000 miles from there.
I mean, it's 17 hours from my place. I can't imagine how long it is from where you live, talking about.
Yeah, it's not a bad drive, but for me, it was just about lodging. It was about cash.
I mean, a trip's a trip. If you ain't got the cash, it don't work. I feel you.
Yeah, and I was just going up there because the one reason I wanted to just do it the one day instead of going up there and just couching with somebody was Dark Gravity has never been, and him and his son were going to go up for the day, and I could get them to kind of roasted them into going.
I don't know what's going on here or what I miss.
What's going on?
For fucking Fed because
Kyle's gonna.
Fed's pimp hand is strong.
So y'all got any good parting insights? Guess where I'm going?
Parting insights? No.
Taco Bell.
Guess where I'm going? I'm going Taco Bell.
You're on Taco Bell. We know that.
No.
Now I'll come back and try to watch Maddie, but usually when I go to Taco Bell, unless I get shut out, which is a 60% chance.
Cane reviews. Shit, I'm in on that. What up? Wait, what kind of cane are we talking about?
I think he's getting those white canes for crossing the road with those glasses.
Oh, not that cane. I'm not talking about
Hey man, my glasses are reading glasses with blue blocker, and that blue light right there.
It's like you talking Bolivian, you talking Cuban, what are you talking?
Y'all are just jealous that I got the fucking swagger going on. The swagger for days.
That's right.
What do you got to share, brother?
This
Brother
swagger's
Donnie?
on fleek.
Y'all, I'm gonna throw Donnie's Instagram back up here. And please, if you're not already, which I know most of y'all are, go follow Blessed Knives and check out the awesome shit he's making.
Five-door, why do you know that straight dragons have crotch
I have
straps?
to refollow him after I unfollowed him from being a sassy asshole that at least I thought he was.
Damn, you unfollowed me that quick, you soft bitch. Jesus.
I don't even remember y'all getting. That's the whole thing. I can be so out of it and not even know. What's in albino Cheetos? Yeah, that's the hand glasses. That's funny, dude.
Hey,
I'm gonna blow y'all away one day. I'm gonna come in here because I usually when I go out in public, I wear my hair in a ponytail.
Is
And
that
when it's in a
you're
ponytail,
ready to go? You do.
I look totally fucking conservative.
fucking shit.
That motherfucker's long.
Get some blue
I'll
block.
clean it up nicely. I don't have a holder here close to me.
You can't afford us, homie.
You need one of those crickets.
But guys, I was thinking about it, trying to decide. Guess what it said at my mom's house? This is the coolest story. You know, I told you that my mom had seen a cat out at the tennis
Did you get
place.
it?
Well, she thought it was a kitten, right? And so the groundskeeper, it's been out there forever. It's a feral cat, which Tippy was a feral cat. And mom's like, this kitten's out there, blah, blah, blah. And the groundskeeper was like, well, I've been feeding it because it hangs out in the shed, but it won't ever let me touch it. And so he trapped it and took it to the feline place, and they chipped it, fixed it, determined its age, which is kind of a trip, and did all this shit for $17. $17. But this cat's 7 years old, dude.
Did what for $17?
They fixed it, they chipped it,
Do you hear this shit?
they gave it its shots. It was a feral cat that they
I
brought
picked
into
up
the
two from Walmart last month, as you may remember. I dropped $700 this week
Yeah.
on.
I know.
That's only shots for two of them, neutering one, and it's going to be another.
But it may be a different
Oh,
deal.
yeah.
This was straight from the
Come here,
place
kid, you
where,
look like
where it was captured to the feline rescue. So it never made it to the Walmart or to the Petco. Because when mom was looking at the Petco, which is a big chain we've got here.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're big chains everywhere.
I love cats, dude. He's beautiful. He's a big old, is it a big old girl or a big old boy?
I don't really know.
Yeah, I had a hard time telling either. I thought Tippy was a girl until this brown cat adopted me and started coming around, and he's got like a hatchet wound, which means she's a she.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't look. They're both deep. When I got, they were like palm size, damn near palm size, and already declawed and shit when I found them on the street. So I don't even know.
So my mom calls today and said, "Hey, I got the cat here." And I was like, "Awesome!" Because so what she's going to do is leave it in the front room where one of her cats live. She let them live in rooms at night where they didn't have the run of the house. They
Scott.
food back there, and she took its little cage back there. She goes, "John, I don't think it's out of its cage yet." I was like, "Is this door open?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I'm going to walk back there." And I walked down there and I sat on the ground, and there was no cat in the cage. And I look under the bed, and then these goddamn eyes just gazing at me. I mean, just gazing at me.
Little bastard.
So I get up on the bed. I don't weigh a lot, but I'm putting enough weight on the bed where the cat's having to kind of flatten down. Because I'm going over there to get close to it, and then I put my head down and look at it. That motherfucker's gotten close, knowing where I'm coming down, and he's just smart-eyeing me. He's a little gray cat. But I think
It's chasing its tail right now. So
what's that? I'm making you big.
Oh no, it just says $350. That was getting him neutered, and before that, it was like $330 for shots.
damn.
But did you pick him out? Did you say at Walmart where they were doing an auction? Oh, you took him in.
Yeah,
I just,
so sweet.
Dude, if we can find a way to ship them, we've got a good system here. I think if you rescue cats, they'll do just. My mom was expecting it to be hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, that's the cheapest thing I've ever heard.
$17, and even though it's 7 years old, it came with a bag of Science Diet kitten food that's 2 pounds, and a little ring with a little.
I could have shipped these cats to Alabama. Are you in Alabama or where the fuck?
Alabama? You could have shipped them to me.
They could have flown first class to Alabama, got neutered, and it's still been cheaper.
They'd come back and they'd gotten a tag with a little fucking fish on it that you could write their name on, dude.
I had to pay $90 a cat in advance just for the damn vet to see them, let alone.
Damn, dude.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
Oh, that's they saw us coming. Yeah, we tried. The Humane Society does it, but they and it's like a cheaper, but they were booked up. You couldn't get in. And then every once in a while they do shit at like Tractor Supply, but they also, so we had to get them done because, he's got little balls, so we had to get those.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
Well, kids, I'm gonna run to Taco Bell. Do y'all got anything, guys?
Not really. I was just here to hang out, man.
BOGO, $35.
We're gonna do it next week. I'll do it Tuesday nights, and I've got a member live tomorrow. If you want to come hang out, I'll shoot you a link. I do a live from 11 to 1 about on. It's like 15 people.
I'm down to bullshit for a bit.
I'll shoot you a link. But guys, I love you all. Pocket Metal, you just jump in.
Good
if you ever want to jump in.
Good chilling.
Have a good night, everyone.
Come back, dude. Yeah. We'll look at knives anytime you got.
Thanks for tuning in to see us.
Awesome, guys. I love you all. Peace out. Later. Boom.
We're still back here. I can still see your comments. Fuck. You guys still back here. I don't know why. Fuck. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck.